friends and fellow adventurers. Welcome to the Beadle and Grimm Twitch stream presentation of A Ghastly Siege. In tonight's show, we are going to be sampling from Beadle and Grimm's upcoming Absalom Gold Edition. There is an adventure that we're playing, and there's a nice little smattering of options in this box. There's so much fun stuff, and we're going to get a chance to talk about all of that in just a moment. But before we get there, I'm going to take a moment to introduce myself. My name is Tyler. I will be game mastering tonight's session, and I am joined by four beautiful people, and I would like to have everybody introduce themselves and tell us where the listeners can find you, your work, and what you'd like to plug. So for me, the Min-Maxed podcast, that's MN Maxed. You can find us on any podcast provider, and we're currently playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition Extinction Curse, where my players are clowns and circus performers who try to save the world with varying degrees of success. How about you, Vanessa? Tell the listeners about yourself.
So I'm Vanessa Hoskins. I am one of the main hosts on the No Direction Network's flagship show, No Direction. Also on No Direction Beyond, which has their Starfinder stuff. And I am an author for tons of Paizo products, including this Absalom book, which I had the pleasure of writing the Wise Quarter and the Docs section. So that was fun. I also have an adventure path that just came out, or is about to rather, which is the first book of the Outlaws of Alkenstar. The first book is Punks in a Powder Keg, and it is hilarious, rootin' tootin', clockwork shooting fun. And I highly recommend you check that out. If you ever watched The Wild Wild West with Will Smith and said that looks like a game I would want to play in, then you should play this adventure path. So I think you'll have a lot of fun in Alkenstar. Tons of other things, including roll for combat actual plays, and I would go on too long. We don't have time.
Well, thank you, Vanessa. Thank you very much. That's going to take me over to Eric. Eric, tell us about yourself.
Hey everybody, I'm Eric Frankhouse. You find me anywhere under that name. I run my own channel, Eric Frankhouse Presents, and you can find me over as the host and main storyteller for Norse Foundry's Twitch channel. But I do a little bit of everything. Right now, I'm consulting for world design. I do cartography, and basically, if there's a hat and I need to wear it, that's kind of my job. But if you want to find me, Twitter's probably the easiest way to get in contact, and I'm excited to be here. I haven't got to play with Bill, but I've got to run him in a game before.
Awesome. Thank you, Eric, very much. That takes us over to Anne. Tell us about yourself.
Hello, everybody. I'm Anne Richmond, aka Heartsinger, the head bard in charge around, well, not necessarily these parts, but other parts of the internet. I create weekly tabletop RPG content on my YouTube channel, Heartsinger Games, which just released a video this week on the Beadle and Grimm's Tal'Dorei campaign box for Tal'Dorei campaign setting Reborn. And I'm a series regular on the Nordic horror Vaesen RPG, The Lost Mountain Saga, featuring a few of my friends you may have seen on the Glass Cannon podcast, or heard rather, because it's not a visual medium. And I am currently writing on Queerfinder's upcoming issue 2 of their Galarian travel guide, and that is going to feature the character I will be playing tonight. And Tyler and I are actually about to wrap up our Starfinder adventure together in just a few weeks on the Southern Tomfoolery Twitch, so make sure you check that out as well.
So excited for that one to wrap up. That's going to be fun. Well, thank you very much, Anne. And
thanks for having me.
That brings us over to Bill. Bill, tell us about yourself.
Hi, everybody. I'm Bill Rehor from Beadle and Grimm's. You can't find me anywhere. But,
where is he?
But I will just say for the record that for tonight, I don't want to let out too much about my character, but just to say that I will be using the complete Wizard Chronicle from Beadle and Grimm's, and as well as the official Wizard dice set from Beadle and Grimm's. So if that's of interest to anybody, that would be pretty awesome. And thanks. I really know all of you from your own work, and I'm just really super excited to have to be in a game with y'all. So thank you very much, and let's have at it.
It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be so much fun. Everything that you see here from story perspective, this adventure is straight out of the Absalom Gold Edition. It is still available for pre-order, and I understand that we expect shipment of it next month.
We most certainly do.
So, let's get to it. We're not going to introduce the characters in a traditional fashion. Instead, all of you find yourselves in a dark, vertical shaft with an iron ladder, and you're climbing down slowly into the darkness. You can hear the sound of water sloshing beneath you, potentially 100 feet or further down, and you're climbing down into the darkness. And as you reach the bottom, I'm going to have you introduce your characters as they step into 8 inches of sloshy sewer water with the rank smell, the pungent odor of sewage. Who would enter into the passage first?
I will go first.
Oh no, the wizard. The wizard goes first.
The wizard will go first.
Perfect.
We're off to a great start.
Everybody step aside. For I am Mystico. Mystico the Magnificent. Mystico has worked the streets of Absalom for years, writing, creating, and starring in the world-renowned magic shows such as Mystico Makes the Main Street Bridge Disappear, and Who Would Like to Pet Mystico's Luscious Mane? But now, Mystico is lusting for a fresh challenge and lacking the funds to renew his performer's permit. So I am out into the world seeking to use my powers for adventure.
Fantastic. The water splashes as Mystico's feet hit the bottom of the sewer, and ooh, man, it smells down here. That's right.
Oh.
But also, do you have any way of seeing in the dark?
Well, as a matter of fact, I can cast dancing lights.
And a couple of lights pop up around Mystico, dancing his shadow off the sewer walls, and then follows his companion, who comes down the ladder next.
You know, I was going to say my character will go second. I'm not going to go first. So coming down the ladder is a human-ish Aasimar. She has literal golden hair. She has green gemstone eyes. And she wears just sort of casual, breezy clothes, a set of leather trousers, and a nice flowing cotton shirt. And as she gets down the ladder a bit, she looks around. And she's also wearing these like big high gaiters, so that her feet and her pants don't get covered in sewage. Oh, I'm glad I brought along these Puddles gaiters. They really came in handy. Lonnie was right. That's my sister, you know. She gives really good advice. I am playing Jellica Tierborn, who is a character from Vellum and Lace, an episodic work of fiction that I write with my writing partner, Helen Savor, on Pathfinder Infinite. So if you were enjoying this character tonight, you can read all about her shenanigans.
Nice. Well, Jellico's feet come down with a dry splash as her feet do not get wet. Those gaiters are really keeping that water off.
Indeed.
Thank goodness. Did you get down here? This smell. Oh, it's just rank. It's rank. Well, Mystico and Jellica make a little space for their next partner. Who comes down next?
I will. So you see a man come down in these seafoam green leathers, covering most of his body, nets hanging off of him, and hanging on his back as the camera pans in is his boots. He's wearing no shoes coming down into the sewage. Climbing down, whistling a tune. Mystico, I told you not to go first. You're gonna get hurt. As he splashes down with his webbed feet into the water, skin this kind of off green, and with a symbol of some undead deity emblazoned across the chest, pieces of fish ornate all over his shoulders. They look like they are stuffed pieces from the Flotsam Bay that he has attached to his armor and painted and made look as pretty as someone with no artistic skill can.
Phenomenal. Then as is it Yatrid you said? Yatrid. As Yatrid comes down, his bare feet hit the bottom of the sewer, squishing some unknowable substance beneath his feet. But it's just another day. It's nothing worse than you would find.
Nothing like water.
Which brings us to who's bringing up the rear.
It's your girl or your cleric, Pandora Paloma. Pandora is 3 foot tall, 3 foot nothing, 100 years old. So a venerable age for a halfling. She's got a little round, jovial face lined with age and laugh lines, and just a wild mop of curly, graying blonde hair. She wears a purple mantle adorned with gold and silver stars over her navy blue holy vestments, and she's just kind of holding on to that last rung, her little feet just itching up away from the water, trying to tuck her last bits of her long robes into the rope around her waist, thinking maybe this will help, because the closer she gets to the water, the closer 8 inches is for someone who is only 3 feet tall. And she drops in, and it's just right up to below her hips almost. And she says, well, shit. When they said this would require some light clerical work, I had no idea this is what they meant. And she takes out a tiny little perfume bottle and begins spraying it lightly in the air around them. And she says, nothing a little butterfly tea perfume won't fix.
I hope you have a lot of that. There's a lot of sewer.
Stay positive. And she spurts a little in his direction.
Positively happy that I'm in. Oh.
Hey, Mama Dora, do you want to ride on my back? I could probably carry you above the sewage. You don't want to have to walk through this stuff.
Now, I knew that you had a brain for teamwork, but this is just something else. I would love to. And she begins climbing up your legs and your back to get on your shoulder.
Oh,
Nice.
Mama Dora, you're really enjoying those honey cakes, huh?
All right. Well, the holidays were recent. We just got through the winter festivities, so I'm going to need you to just be a little kind and patient with me. You know, maybe we'll drop a few pounds on this adventure.
No, you got it. It's fine. I don't carry a lot of gear, so...
Can I offer you a cream pie? And she takes
Yes.
out a teeny little pie.
Yes, please.
Why are you
As-
carrying
With a
pastries in a
tiny-
bag?
Well, the bag did not hit the water much, and this is from the top of the bag, so it's still good.
I look in. Is everything else floating in it?
It's this one, it was sitting on top of some, I would say probably soggy pastries at this point.
100% grab a soggy pastry.
Nice.
Nothing like fish oil and fish grease, and looks around. He's like, and wrappers and whatever else is down here to improve pastries. And I just
Well, there's more where that came from, son.
so
Phenomenal. Well,
I haven't heard that word in years.
you all, well, I say it a lot, Eric, get used to it. You're all going to be going down this 10-foot wide sewer tunnel. And this 10-foot wide sewer tunnel is only about 6 feet tall. So even little old Pandora their head is scraping the top of this tunnel as they're on top of Jellica's shoulders, staying out of the water. Go ahead and give me your marching order. Who is going first?
Mystico, do you really want to go first? Or?
Absolutely.
Oh, no.
I'm going to stay within 5 foot of him so that if I have
People
to
who
check
see me
something,
will cower in fear.
I don't, only of your performance. I'll stay behind you if you really must go first.
Indeed. I shall.
So we got Mystico up front, followed closely behind by Yatrid, and then bringing up the rear are Jellica and Pandora.
Sounds
And
good.
you all begin to march down the sewers. And you've got Pandora's dancing lights are flying off into the distance and coming back and making these big loops so you can see, 15, 20 feet in front of you at any given time. And it's lighting up your way. But this tunnel seems endless. And
Now,
you begin
Tyler,
your
far
walk.
be it for me to take credit for my team's achievements, but those are not my dancing lights, I'm
Oh,
afraid.
sorry.
They are
Were
there, though.
Who's Mystico? That's right. Oh,
Come
I'm
on,
so
they're,
sorry.
they're my
dancing.
they're my signature move here.
Signature move.
Everyone knows Mystico's dancing.
Dance.
Right?
They're slightly different than the regular vanilla version.
Absolutely, they are.
Just dancing middle fingers.
Oh, no.
So you all begin to march your way, sloshing through this at least ankle deep water, making your way down this tunnel. There aren't many branches. You don't find many branches, but you're thinking back to your directions and when this all started and who you talked to. We're going to flash back to just this morning, actually. Do we have a flashback sound? No,
Diddly do, diddly do, diddly do.
You find yourselves all together outside of Skyreach. And the soaring vaulted ceilings of Skyreach twinkle with the constellations of the night sky as cushions and divans invite respite from weary feet. Enchanted wall sconces provide just enough light to make out the hectic coming and goings of figures as diverse in nature as the city of Absalom itself. Suddenly, the four of you are approached by a human woman with thick red hair and a warm smile. Hello. Thank you for coming. I'm hoping that you can assist me. There is a group of kobolds that live in the Undercity beneath the Ivy District, and we've promised them protection if they allow us free passage through their realm. I've gotten word from their leader, Yiddlepode, that they need our help. From what? I don't know. I'd like to hire you to meet with this Yiddlepode and find out what she needs. I'm prepared to offer you 20 gold pieces each for the task.
Oh, wow. That would pay rent for a year. By rent, I mean the bribe that I pay our doorman.
Repair my nets.
Yes, I have a map to the sewer grate in the Ivy District that will lead you down to Yiddlepode's domain. Do you accept?
Well, would you accept 19 gold and lunch?
What? No, no,
You
no.
know.
20 gold is what we want. We don't want 19 gold.
20 gold. Besides,
No,
I have heard rumors that the kobolds are starving for entertainment.
Oh,
And
you
I-
want 19 gold. Is that what I'm understanding?
I think that this
And lunch
might be an angle
with her.
into finding a new audience. So I'm very excited about this. I'm 100% in.
Now
You
let
know,
me.
kobolds
me
are afraid of
ask.
magic. You know that, right?
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they are.
Oh, it's good. That's good. It's good. It's good when the audience is a little bit afraid. That's what makes it exciting.
Let me ask you, and she has just the most perfect little backpack full of perfect pastries. And she says, did these kobolds lack pastries? Because I just have a lot on my hands I pulled out of the oven just this morning.
She clutches her pearls. Oh, I can't truly say. I have never really been below in the sewer district. The sewers, sorry, myself. The Undercity is just too stinky for me.
Oh, well, these will certainly sweeten the deal.
Well, I would love to have one if you're offering.
Well, it might cost you just 1 silver piece.
Please, darling. She hands you a gold piece and then
Oh.
plucks into the
Yeah.
pastry bag and picks out 2. And
Oh, my.
she said, I really should be very clear here. I did not offer you 20 gold as a collective. I am offering you 20 gold a piece to do this work.
My goodness.
Oh, it's
Well,
such a
the
relief
black
that I don't have
butterfly.
to kill the rest of you to get my 20 gold.
This means that 20 gold apiece means it's 5 times more dangerous than normal.
Excellent.
That's all that means.
Danger and adventure. That's how I will make my name.
20 for the first time, and then the 4 other times. That's 5.
I'm not afraid of some danger if it'll,
I'm a little
impress
perplexed.
you.
Well, I've been trying to figure out if the rest of you will be up for an adventure that may, a quest that my people at the House of Seven Faces may be looking for some help with. So if we can take care of some kobold diplomatic negotiations, maybe some aggressive negotiations, let's be honest, then I think that you all might be up for that job as well, if we survive and all.
Right. If we survive and all.
Indeed.
Well, let's talk
Indeed.
about it if you do, in fact, survive. Yes?
So what? When do we need to go? What do we need to do? Give us our marching orders here. We are eager to engage.
To be frank with you, Mr. Coe, I didn't get much more information other than that urgent help was needed. I know nothing more of the situation, unfortunately, which is why I'm paying you such a handsome fee to go in blind as soon as you are able.
I see. So it's a mystery.
Yes, it
Do I
is, Mr.
trust
Coe.
this lady? Does she seem trustworthy? What's her deal?
That's intriguing. It's intriguing, mysterious. Do we even know who to ask for?
Oh,
or do we simply
Yiddle.
head into the dark?
You'll go into the darkness, dear Mr. Coe, and ask for Yiddlepode. She's a kobold. It's hard to miss her, trust me. Also, yes, Pandora, I appreciate your question. But I forgot it in Mr. Coe's extravagance. Could you ask one more time, please?
Have that effect on people.
My question is for Tyler. Tyler,
sure, Go ahead.
do I trust this lady? She seems super sus.
Give me a society check.
You got it. Oh, I'm terrible at this. This would be
Then
great.
If you're terrible at it, give me a perception instead, and that is what will be your sense motive.
All right. Well,
Anybody who's
this game is
trained
going
in
great already.
society, may give me a society check.
I am trained in society. That noble blood. 15 on the die. That gives me a 20.
You do know that this is Eliza Patelengro. Patelengro. Eliza Patelengro. Eliza is part of or representative of the Pathfinder Society. And she is very well known throughout some of the inner circles of the city for having a little bit of a socialite life outside of the Pathfinder Society that she just revels in.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Vanessa
I got a
knows
19.
way too much about this lady.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, I was going to say, Vanessa knows way too much about this lady, but Jellica only knows 18 for society about this lady. Does she know that she is a Pathfinder lady?
That's then the information I gave to Eric will follow over to Jellica.
Okay, so she suddenly recalls this and is like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to come on to you. I have learned from old mutton chops that is a bad idea. And anyway, so we will talk to the kobolds and do what you need us to do. And then maybe you'll put a good word in for me to Ambrose and let him know that I'm not just a tart. Oh, no.
Oh, Jellica. Oh, Jellica, darling. It was adorable. Thank you so much. It's flattering, truly. Truly, it really is. I will put in a good word with you if you survive.
I mean, I haven't died yet.
So far.
All right.
King always warned the
The
Pathfinder.
question of our survival keep coming up.
Yeah, you say survive a lot, and I know I said it at least
is
once.
okay, but
Should we be trained in survival?
I
It
rolled
is.
a 19 on my perception check. So is that going to get us any other sort of cool shit to know?
You did. So, interestingly, you get the idea from Eliza that certainly this is a job that she wants to just pawn off to somebody as soon as she possibly can. And a job of this level, like down into the undercities to the sewers, killing giant rats, generally doesn't pay 20 gold for the completion of. That is a huge amount for a second level character, right?
Mhm.
It also won't look great on my resume. I'm looking for something a little showier than that.
Now, I have to say, I'm sorry, but if this seems a bit rude, but I'm in the business of hiring adventurers myself on behalf of Desna's following here in the city. And I have to say that is just an awful lot of money for what you're asking us to do. Is there something you're perhaps not telling us?
Well, I will
Which
be
we've already
perfectly-
accepted, so
Just
you can't change what
barely-
you're going to.
It's just barely our going rate.
Can't take it back.
Can't take. Listen,
No, takes
nothing is not honest.
Truly, Pandora, I appreciate your question, but the urgency of the matter truly is that, well, Yiddlepode holds really the only passage into a certain section of the Undercity in the under the Ivy District. I won't divulge too much information, but it is very imperative that this route remain clear for the Pathfinders.
Fair enough.
Tyler, this is a rich person, and I grew up around rich people. Is it fair for me to say that she probably has an aquarium here somewhere?
In Skyreach,
In her office or wherever we are right now talking to her?
You're kind of just in the lobby, to be honest with you. Like when you entered in, she stepped away from a group of socialites who were just standing around in gowns, sipping their wine, and she's. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, then I take the money for sure. And as we're walking away, I'm like, you can't trust Pathfinders all the time, right? Just because they use the title doesn't mean that they're good people.
What? No, I mean, some of them are good. Some of my best friends are Pathfinders.
And some dragons are good, and some
They're
demons
actually
are nicer and not good, just nicer.
I guess the friends that are Pathfinders are sort of good people. They don't always like follow the law and stuff, but they're good people.
Sure. And as we're saying that, I'm just stealing a random object on the way out of here.
Fantastic. Give me a thievery check.
Amazing.
Guess what? I'm not trained in on purpose.
Yeah, you're
Beautiful.
Oh, but that's an 18.
Nice.
Just something small like a fork or something that I can like add in when I'm out on the ocean in the bay, taking out dead bodies. I can eat my food out of a can.
Oh, you're looking for something practical.
Yeah, practical. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. If you're looking for something practical,
but valuable.
Valuable. There is a beautiful little obsidian koi on an end table just exiting the front entrance here.
I'll take the caviar fork next to it.
There you go. So you get just this very dainty looking 3-pronged caviar fork.
Stick it through.
Silver.
Excellent. Yeah, it's really hard. You lose them all the time. One wave hits, it bounces off. It's horrible. Then you can't eat your food, and it gets in your beard. It's not good. You don't eat caviar?
As Yatrid is asking the question, you're exiting Skyreach. You begin to walk down the street. Do you head directly to the Ivy District as what's been pointed out to you on the map? Or do you wander?
I mean, we should just probably go unless you wanted to like ask about. Look, I think Eliza is on the up and up. I've heard some of my friends talk about her in hushed tones, and we could go ask them about her if you want. I could probably find them in like, I don't know, an hour.
Well, it's not going to change anything. We already we took the job. I mean, really nothing changes now.
Don't you think
maybe if it eases? I'm sorry.
Gold, fame, fortune. What? We need to get to this before somebody else does.
Do you know how to make yourself invisible?
Okay.
As Yatrid and Mystico are bantering, a woman in a wheelchair being pushed by a clockwork man rolls up to the four of you, and she looks up at you and says, Hello, adventurers.
What? Hello? Oh my gosh, look at that chair. That is so neat. Did you make this yourself?
Oh, yes. In fact, I did. And this is Mr. Chulway. And she indicates to her servant.
Jellica bows. Hello, Mr. Chulway.
My name is Sanloria Percota, and I found out that you all just got done with a meeting with Eliza. Is that correct?
Wow,
well,
word travels fast.
Yeah. Apparently, everyone wants to know what Mystico is doing.
Yes,
Yeah.
Mystico,
Yes,
you're
true.
very pretty.
That's-
What is it, dear?
No, let's go back to the part where I'm pretty.
I would like to ask you all a question, a favor, if you will. You've been sent on a mission, yes?
I
Do you want-
mean, we've got a
We cannot
task to
confirm
do
or
if that's what
deny.
you mean.
It is, yes. And you're not officially Pathfinders, I understand. Is that also correct?
Well,
I
rub
hope
it in,
not.
why don't you?
We
Yeah.
are like just below that level, though. Like, you know, if the system was what it should be, we would be Pathfinders. I mean,
Right.
it's just a
No.
word, right? People
No.
use it all the time. It
Mm-mm.
doesn't really mean anything,
means
except that
something-
it means everything. I know.
Yes.
But
yes.
but we're super
I
good
believe
at the
at this
things.
point it is simply a paperwork oversight that we are
Exactly.
not officially.
You mean the
Thank
ones
you.
we didn't sell? I didn't sign, and I have no desire to be a Pathfinder
Well, I really would like
unless
to
I pay
ask...
20 cold every time. Then maybe.
They do, actually.
Maybe.
My Pathfinder friends are fairly
I just
well to
wanna
do. They
be
usually
part of
buy
their
drinks.
Christmas show.
Oh,
The Christmas show.
what?
They put on a real humdinger.
You've worked
Well-
the show, haven't you?
I've never been allowed to. Listen, I'd love for that venue to be open to me.
Winter celebrations in Absalom are the tits, and that is true. You can take that to the bank. But what
That's
is
right.
it that
That's
you
actually
needed
what
from
they
us?
put on their T-shirts.
That's
Her eyes are going back and forth between all of you as this conversation is carrying on,
You've just
and
forgotten about that person.
just like some sweat's coming down her forehead, and she goes, "Yes, quite."
Oh, Mama Dora, have you
s-
been to the Festival of Mirrors? If you like the winter festivals,
Hold on. What,
I know
what
far
was
too
your
much
quest-
about them.
What was your question for us?
You know, I mean, I didn't come to you to talk about festivals.
Well, that's a shame. Apparently, they're way into festivals.
You're lost.
Apparently,
All right, we need to let you get your piece said. So we'll
Well-
shut up. Just throw
Sh-
away the key.
she looks around, you know,
Second guessing it all.
and she says, "Well, you know, look, I'm part of the Peace Builders Alliance. We're a community organization. We spawned actually as a result of the collateral damage that the Pathfinder's enemies have inflicted upon the innocent civilians of Absalom in the past few years. We are concerned about things that could be happening in the Pathfinder Lodge that, well, somebody needs to watch them. Somebody needs to watch them, and they go out of control, and you see her. My son was killed by their reckless actions.
The enemies or the Pathfinders?
The Pathfinder's reckless actions.
Oh, okay.
If
I-
you
I
don't
mean, they-
mind, could
they-
you tell us what happened?
That's personal.
Well, then I don't know if we can help.
All I ask is for you to bring the notes, duplicate the notes that you will bring to the Pathfinder Society. Bring them to me before. I will pay you for them. 10 silver apiece.
I'm going to tell you, lady, I don't feel really good about that. I mean, the Pathfinders get into all sorts of trouble. It's true, but usually they're like helping the city. Do you remember when like all those undead and stuff attacked and there were demons everywhere and that giant like robot got up and started like that was the Pathfinders like helped save the city. Like, okay, the guards did and stuff too, I guess. But that was it was so neat. I remember witnessing that and just being so astonished by all the things that they could do. I mean, they're quite skilled, but they help people. They don't hurt people. It's not intentionally. Like,
Well, even those with the best of intentions can make bad decisions.
Hold
What's-
on. If
true.
you aren't willing to tell, if you're not willing to tell us what happened, I don't really know if we can believe you. I mean, they may not want to say it. Maybe it's just the bluntness of dragging in bodies every day. I need to know what happened to help you.
Fine.
There you go. Wasn't
The-
so hard.
It was truly. This is a traumatic experience, and you.
Doesn't seem traumatic.
She looks Jellica up and down, and as you were describing the cool things that the Pathfinder Society did to save the city, and she said, "And how do you think that occurred in the first place? You don't think that they might not have been responsible in some way?"
Well, I mean,
you're a conspiracy theorist. I see.
Don't call me that. I am the curator of a museum, a very well-known museum in Absalom. I just have questions. Nobody will ask questions.
Well,
I am the one
Questions,
to ask them.
questions are important, and there's no harm in asking them. And I think what my very tall, very thorough friend is trying to say is that in order to help you, we need to be on the level with you. And we appreciate the emotional toll that telling us what happened would take on you. But we are hoping that we can find a little bit of balance in this life for you by knowing more.
I would like for Pandora and Yatrid and Jellica to give me what you would consider your charisma-based check to have that conversation. Mystico, I would like for you to give me a performance check.
all right, I'll just do straight up diplomacy. 24.
18.
Okay.
17.
Slow for Mystico, I would like to say.
Charisma based, yeah. I'll do diplomacy as well here. No,
Diplomacy as well.
I do not care.
No, that's all right. That's all right. So, Jellica, you are able to really see that when she's talking, anytime the Pathfinders are brought up, you see she winces in almost remembered pain. When you're talking about, that thing that there was that cool thing with the robot and inside the walls, and as you're describing that, you can see the she's seeing it in her mind. She's got that 1,000-yard stare. She seems really traumatized by the events of what happened and the fact that they took her son. That being said, you certainly think that there is a tinge of maybe a little bit of obsession here, just a touch, right? And what she's asking for is pretty simple. She'll give you essentially a gold piece to bring her the notes, a copy of the notes that you'll bring to the Pathfinder Society. She wants to keep an eye on them.
What was her name again? I'm blanking. I'm sorry.
San Luria Percota?
That is correct.
Notes.
Yeah. Hey, Anne, take the first hero point for the night.
Yeah, baby.
There really is nothing more heroic than taking notes.
Truly.
Role-playing game. Those are the people I always respect.
Miss Percota, was your son killed in the Flesh Fiend siege?
Yes.
Sorry. Our place where we were living got burned down when some fiery demon thing ran through it. So I understand. I lost some friends in it, but I can't imagine losing a child. I'm sorry for what happened, and I don't know that I'll help you, but I will tell you that I'll consider what you said.
Fine.
What was your kid's name?
Eric? No, it wasn't.
Was it spelled with a K?
No, with a C, like
Then
a
he should
normal
be dead.
person.
No,
I'm just kidding.
Paging Mr. Mona. Paging Mr. Mona.
Right. For a moment, she looks at each of you and she says, it would really seem that you're not convinced that they need watching. Like I think that they need watching. If you're willing to deliver me your notes and keep my secrecy at least, meet me at, and she points to an inn nearby the place that you just came out of. Meet me here when you are finished 3 days from now. And I will pay you for your notes.
We will strongly consider it.
If you do not show, then I will hope for your kindness in not informing the Pathfinders of my position towards them.
Well, Madam Percota, if I may, life is about checks and balances, and I think what you're doing, while I think dwelling on loss can really ruin a life. I think, I can understand when you have lost somebody that it drives you to great lengths to take control of the situation. And I do respect that. So we will consider your offer. And as far as I'm concerned, I respect your right to privacy and your desire to make sure that things are copacetic here in Absalom. May Desna's wind be at your back. I should
you.
practice that more, I think.
No.
Did you pass gas or?
Thank you.
That's all right. It felt very natural.
Thank you.
Well, it seems that we are finished here. Mr. Cholway, if you would, please. And the clockwork man pushes the wheelchair down the street, leaving the four of you alone as the crowds of Absalom rush by you on either side.
Does anyone else feel like she was lying?
Oh,
No.
I really don't. I think she's
No?
just someone who's
Misguided?
lost a child. And that'll drive you to great lengths.
I don't know. They didn't even know how to spell their child's name.
Well, maybe it's hard to return to trying to spell a child's name. Maybe it's traumatic for her. We all just need to have a little patience.
She's shell-shocked.
Yeah.
How long
I
ago?
can tell you that as a seasoned businessman, the idea of getting paid twice for the same job
I
is
mean, it's
pretty
an
much
excellent,
nirvana.
right? And not much more. I mean, but every little bit counts in the eyes of Desna and the Black Butterfly.
Listen,
But
up until about 3 hours ago, 10 silver sounded pretty great.
speaking of money,
But you raise your rates, you never go back.
we're about to get some sick gains, should we be successful. Now, I would consider on the way to success, there is preparation. And while I don't want to dilly-dally, could we perhaps put together the money that we have to get some healing potions before we go down in that deep, dank sewer?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty good with medicine, and I can heal people decently, but not being able to do it the whole time, potions would not be a bad idea.
I mean, listen, I also love to heal. Every day I'm healing and I'm hustling to heal. But
Waiting for it.
it's just nice
Healing
not to
and
have to
hustling.
expend a spell slot when you don't have to, or when
Agreed.
you're font
Agreed.
things.
I mean, my sister gave me one in an emergency in case I hurt myself again, which
Again, well, we all going to get
What?
hurt down here. This is not going to go well. It's kobolds.
Wait. I'm sorry. What?
They're skittles with legs.
no,
More
they're
importantly-
adorable. They're like the little lizard guys, and they've got the long snout that you just kind of want to like pet, but don't pet it. They don't like that.
I will say that when she said that the one's name was Yiddlepode, all I wanted to do would be like, he's just a Yiddlepode. He's just a Yiddlepode.
It is
He's
a
so
little
small.
Yiddlepode.
Is this what we're all saying as we're walking to buy potions?
Yes.
Is talking
Yes.
shit
Yes.
about kobolds? I'm
Yes.
in.
No, my friend Crom said that he met her once and that she's actually kind of nice.
Yiddlepode?
Yiddlepode, that's where I remember.
Wow, you have a lot of connections.
Well,
I'm
they're
very
all-
impressed.
Well, I told you I know a lot of Pathfinders.
Well, listen, people say a lot of shit, but you are backing it up, and I respect the hell out of that.
I think we get a few potions. I think that is a good idea, but I do think that there's something off about the woman who just asked us to help her. One, she knew where we were, so that means she has an inside person at the
She
lodge we
does.
were just at.
Probably, yeah.
Two, she called that person a servant.
Well, it was like a shoot. What does Janos call
They're an
them?
autonomous. The automatons. I don't know. I've worked with a lot of people. Let's just get
Automaton?
potions.
Clockwork?
Let's go see how it goes with.
Listen,
The
we
Skittle
have
Brigade.
3
Those all mixed up.
days. We got 3 days to decide what to do, and I don't think we need to let that hold us up for jumping in a poop-filled sewer. But I would like
it
a
won't
help
be
coat-
that
a
bad.
help
I
coat.
have I have stuffed fish that you can wear under your nose. You won't smell the sewer at all.
Ding ding as you walk into the alchemist shop.
Tyler.
The shopkeeper is looking at Yatred as he's mentioning this, and he wrinkles his nose up a little bit, and he goes, "Can I help you?"
Potions
Oh.
of healing, I assume? Or do you have adventurers kits here?
Of course.
We are Pathfinders. What is the discount for Pathfinders?
Kind of.
Yeah, we're pre-Pathfinders. Pathfinders
Kind
are
of
good.
Pathfinders.
Well, it's
No
even
discounts.
Even better than being Pathfinders, we are on a secret Pathfinder mission.
I mean, it's
I
not
hear
secret. We're
that
talking about the whole way.
literally 3 times a day. So if you
Would
would
it-
like to buy some supplies
Okay.
and sundries from me, please let me know what you would like. I'll give you
I'm
the
sure
prices
you've
and you
heard it
can leave
before,
my
but
shop.
have you heard it from anybody
Oh no.
as charming as me?
Oh.
Give me a diplomacy check.
I was going to use my courtly graces feat, but I'd rather watch him drown in his own
Do I
words.
get a
So-
bonus for my flashing bow tie?
Oh,
For my
gosh.
cool bow tie.
Wow.
That would be a 23.
Wait. Are you Mystico?
Oh Jesus, no.
Oh,
I
I
need to
saw
walk
you on the
away.
street last week, Mystico. I loved your show. Yes, yes, yes.
Excellent.
No, Mystico,
How
I would
does that happen?
love if. Would you sign? Here, hold on. And he pulls out a potion with a little tag on it that says that it's a Quicksilver potion. And he's like, I keep this for emergencies. Would you sign it, please?
Oh, indeed. And
You
I
know,
will- I
even
will sign it with
better-
great flourish, taking up
Even
the
better than
entire
a
bottle of
signed potion is a potion that's been on the road with Mystico and returns to you. Having been in the pocket of Mystico himself.
Kind of
Giggity.
looking back and forth, like, yes, I'm very interested. Here, please take my healing potion, and hands Mystico a minor elixir of life.
Excellent.
And you can buy any more for 2 gold apiece as opposed to the full 3 gold price. I'm such a
Incredible.
fan, Mystico. I'm such a fan.
I am most grateful. I'm most grateful. And if it ever comes to you that you want to pet my luscious hair, I will not charge you the copper piece that I charge the others. You can step forward and do it
You
anytime.
made me pay a silver, and I didn't
Handshakes
even want to touch you.
It
As it
is on
leads
a
forward.
sliding scale.
and just slides down there.
Picking
Okay,
seaweed
yes,
out of
this
your
is
hair.
fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Wow. Never would have thought that would work.
Potions shop. You can buy minor elixirs of life for 2 gold apiece. How many would you like?
I
Pick
would
up
like
3.
so many, but 3 is probably a good number.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up 3. Elixirs of life it is.
Minor.
indeed,
Okay, so we've
indeed.
got 3 for Eric, free 1 for Mystico, 3 for and sorry, I'm still
Who's
getting used to
Anne?
character names. Pandora and Yatrid,
Mama Dora.
3 apiece.
Yeah, I will buy 2 as well in order to display my shared respect.
Sure.
for these men.
So healing potion miners, is that what we're doing with these?
That's
Yeah.
minors for 2 gold apiece.
Alright.
So if you're
Elixir-
buying
minor
3, that's
elixir of
6.
life. From an
Sorry,
alchemist,
yes,
yeah.
minor elixir of life.
Taking
Thank
Sure,
you.
I'll buy a couple of those.
Should we get some other cool flasks and shit? I mean, I'll just buy like a combo pack. You can tell me what I get in it. I don't need to spend a lot of time. I like to take chances in life.
Sure. They hand you a bag with a big question mark written on it.
Amazing. How much is this?
5 gold.
Say
5
more than
gold
everything
it
else.
is. Yeah.
Do you even have that much?
Yeah, man.
You
I
do?
couldn't buy anything. I bought myself 2 star knives for like not that much.
God, I really honestly didn't think you had 5 gold available. Okay, hold on. Let
I
me see what's in
mean-
the mystery bag.
I'm also really bad at buying equipment, and Jellica doesn't have any, so I just have a bunch of random consumables, including flay leaf and pesh.
Well, didn't they pay us up front? That was what I thought we heard.
No.
No.
Oh.
I tried.
No
I
pay
tried.
up front. That was a nice try, though.
Painful.
That was a nice try. Let's see. Pandora, roll a d12 for me.
Oh, I will. Here I go. Hiya! That is a 10.
I hope you get
You-
sandals for the sewer.
You get a potion that is labeled Oil of Weightlessness.
Amazing.
The oil of weightlessness is something that you can spread on an object to make it make an item of 1 bulk or less feel weightless. So you basically reduce your current bulk by 1 for 1 hour.
Do we
Amazing.
flash back to their conversation about carrying her and she's just slathering herself up?
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Let's do just that. We come back down into the sewers,
Wow.
and you've made your visit. You've done your preparation. You
That
made
was
your
in
way
real
to
life.
the Ivy District, and you opened the sewer grate and climbed down, and now you're sloshing through the sewers. I would like for everyone to give me a perception check.
Sure.
22.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Oh,
Total
natural
26.
20 as well.
Awesome.
Wow, you guys are
I'm glad
awesome.
we're wasting them on these because this is probably
Nice.
not an initiative.
22.
All right, so everybody hang on to those numbers.
Okay.
Because Jellica and Mystico, you hear squeak, 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 and all of a sudden there's hundreds of them. You hear just dozens of little tiny squeaks, and this small wave of water
Don't
raises
suppose that's something
higher
cute.
on your shins and goes forward. The water is jostling, and something in front of you is jostling it. Those perception checks that you gave are going to be your initiative going into the first combat of tonight.
Uh-oh.
Perhaps I should be second in line.
Nope, too late.
Damn.
Mystico, you are the opening act, my friend.
Don't worry, I can reach
I'm
over.
more the
I have a-
appetizer, I think, at this point.
I have a shield and spear. We're good.
I've heard it both ways.
All right.
Oh man.
Let's go ahead and I'm going to ask for these one at a time. Jellico, what is your initiative?
26.
Mystico, what was your total?
24.
Nice. Pandora.
22.
And finally, Yatred.
Same thing, 22.
22. You two get to choose who goes first between you, but you'll make that choice when we get to you in initiative. Y'all killed it. I'm going to go ahead and let you know that the rats are farther down, right? Now, you can't see them, but they are coming. So at the top of round 1, Jellica, you start us off.
Rats are coming. She's going to take a moment. How far away are they? Approximately.
It's difficult to tell at the moment, given that you can't actually see them and the edge of your light doesn't reveal them either. They must be further than 60 feet away.
Further than 60. Okay, because I was going to say I do have low light vision, but that won't extend the range. Okay, Jellica's like, oh, gee. And she starts looking around and she's going to pick up, I'm going to spend 2 actions just picking up like chunks of rock and or debris to basically use as improvised weapons. Can we call them like sharp pieces of rock that are like chakram?
Sure.
Okay. So
Sure.
she gets a couple pieces of rock.
If you pick them up, you could easily pick them up with 1 action. If you're going to be throwing them, it's an improvised weapon. You'll take a -2 on the attack unless you have something special.
I do. So Jellica is a improvised weapon master because she doesn't carry around her own. She just looks for what she can use in the moment. So she's gonna grab those, and I'm basically she's gonna just ready an action to throw one of these chunks of rock at the rats as soon as they're within 60 feet. As soon as she can see them, she'll probably throw one of them.
Fantastic. Jellica readies an action with her second and third, which takes us over to Mystico.
Yes.
You get 3 actions. What do you do with them, sir?
So I can't see anything yet. Is that correct?
That is correct. You can hear them coming, but you can't see them.
Yeah. So my first action is going to be a move action to get behind someone larger than me.
Told you to do that to begin with. I'm just saying.
Now is the perfect time.
Fantastic.
Rearrange strategically.
Right. Yeah.
And after that, I will ready my Ray of Frost, but not cast yet because I can't see it.
Correct. I'm going to do something to you, Bill, and I'm going to let it pass this once. But for the rules people in the audience, you cannot ready a 2-action spell. You can only ready a single action for this. But because you look so handsome, I'll let you do it. Just this once.
Thanks for
Just
having
this
us.
once.
None of my players do not take
Wow.
notes. If you come in a suit, you don't get the ready to actions.
All right. That's gonna be. I've got 3 nice actions that I allowed myself for tonight. So that's my first one. After Mystico, we have a choice, or I should say, Yatrid and Pandora have a choice. You both got a 22. Who goes first?
Oh, it's really up to you if you would like to go. I'm more of a support situation.
I already know what I'm going to do. Yatrid pulls up this shield and pulls this leather cloth and net off of it, and it is this glistening, shining shield to his god. And of course, he's got to worship the best of gods, and he's stuck at sea all the time. So the only thing that makes sense is the god of drink.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Caden
yeah.
Kellyan.
You had me in the first half. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, yeah, Best Mara, right? Right?
No.
Right?
No.
Right?
He has been ousted from his kingdom, so he worships Caden Kellyan. And he's got 2 fish drinking out of a mug as he walks over, encrusted in jewels, because he has a lovely, glamorous shield. I'm going to walk forward. I'm going to sweep through the water and put my hydro shield up as well to bonus my armor. And I'm going to head towards, with my third action, here. So I can, this is a door, correct? And I'm standing next to an opening?
It's not. I modified the map. It's just straight.
Okay.
So it's
Kind of like
everything's,
this?
yep, straightforward.
And I have my hooked spear out and my shield out readied with a hydro shield around me, just to ready for this wave.
Beautiful. Then after Yatrid prepares for the rats who are coming, that takes us over to Pandora. It is your turn.
All right. Well, I am a fan of Caden Killian, but I gotta say, I gotta stand by my girl Desna's best girl / shadow, the Black Butterfly. So I will be casting a Divine Lance of Starlight at the first one that I see, and that will be a single action to hold. Since I cannot do more, because even though I too look fantastic and I know that about myself, I'm not going to use that to try to, get more. At this juncture, I may
Shots
try it when
fired.
people are dying, but for now, I will just hold a single action Divine Lance.
All right. Wait, Divine Lance is a single action?
Well, it's no. You know what? It's a 2. You know what? I see that now, and I would like to backtrack what I said and say I'd look great.
You could, and I'll give this to you as an option. I know you're not a seasoned PF2 player like Vanessa and Eric are, but let's talk about, you have the option to delay. If you feel like you would like to wait for them to take their action,
Yeah,
you could
can I
delay.
wait till the first one takes their action and then go?
You can go after their turn. You can just insert yourself wherever you want.
Let's do that. I'll delay.
After that. Perfect. All right. Then Pandora delays, which takes us over, squeak, 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 to the rat swarm. It becomes visible at the edge of your vision.
Oh.
And Yatrid, you see it first. There's dozens of them clambering over each other in just a wave of rats. As they come into view, the first thing that happens is Mystico. Attack with your readied ray of frost that I'll only allow this once.
Why are you making me feel guilty about it?
Nah, man, it's okay.
You
it's
ready
okay.
to quicken action? How do you?
I'm sorry, Mystico.
I like that the rat's image in Fantasy Grounds looks like a monogrammed towel.
It's literally just the letter R.
Theater of the mind.
That is fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Incredible.
I adore it. Yes, so I cast my. Oh wait, that's wrong spell. I cast my Ray of Frost with my attack roll of a 22.
A 22 hits.
Indeed. And that does 5 damage.
5 damage. Yatrid, as you see the rat swarm coming on, this bolt of cold blue energy shoots over your shoulder and hits a couple of the rats, and they freeze into a chunk, and you can see them float down, but the other ones just continue to pile over and climb towards you, which they will continue to do with this action.
Oh, wait, I have my reaction too.
Oh, that's right. Thank you. Go ahead.
So I have a +7, but it's -4 because they're at the 3rd range increment at the edge of my vision there. I don't like this number. A different one. So it's a +3 overall. I have a 16 to hit their armor class.
A 16?
Yes.
Hits.
Hey, that was unexpected. And I need a die that I actually don't have. Hold on. I have a whole bag of dice.
Like a specific color?
No, I just needed a D8. Ooh, and I rolled an 8. So 9 points of slashing damage.
9 points of slashing damage. You see that sharp rock that you gather fly through the air, and it digs into one of the rats, just completely taking them out. But with so many rats, you're not sure how much of a difference it really made.
Oh, I don't know.
That's not good.
Which takes us over to its final action. It is going to move with its final action after coming into view here with everybody. Where are we at? Really, 30 feet? Wonderful.
That doesn't make me happy.
No, probably not. They overcome Yatrin at the end of their action. They moved all 3 of their actions to stride. So they do not get to get their swarming bites ability off. They just end their turn around Yatrin's feet.
All right.
Look, land piranhas.
Now, is this the time where I have now waited and now I would like to insert myself?
Ma'am, you may.
Phrasing,
what a phrase that was.
Phrasing.
Let's move right on past it to a divine lance. All right. All right. 21 to hit.
A 21 hits.
All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and roll my damn. Let's see. Can I heighten it? Is that a thing?
It is automatically heightened to your highest level, which at 2nd isn't more than its base.
All right. Great.
Same old.
Yep.
Thank you. All right. Sorry, guys. All right. D4. All right. I believe that's a total of 4 damage.
4 damage from the Divine Lance. What type of damage is your Divine Lance dealing?
Lord.
Good,
a beam of divine energy. Oh,
evil, chaotic, or lawful?
It's a little chaotic. It's a
little
little
chaotic.
Yeah. It's just like a little spice.
Like a zigzaggy lance.
Just
it.
like a little spicy Milky Way.
Spicy Milky Way.
And it stabs at the rat swarm around Yatrin's feet. Go. What was the damage? One more time, please.
4.
4. And what was once dozens and dozens of rats now is just maybe a handful. Still swarming around Yatrin's feet. But it won't take much to finish them off, you don't think?
Oh, yeah.
It's difficult to take the moment to savor in that victory because behind the rat swarm, you notice that, oh goodness, there are 3 giant rats on the tail of this rat swarm. And they use all of their actions to stride forward 90 feet.
Okay. Good. I don't have to run to them then. This is perfect.
Would you say that they're scurrying forward?
Look! Oh, certainly.
Land sharks!
Oh, jeez. Please not at 2nd level. They will just eat us and that will be it.
I know. No belay, please.
No, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was 6 damage. I'm stupid.
I'm sorry, what?
That was 6 damage, not 4. I'm sorry. It wouldn't have made any difference, I don't think.
Is this the sort of stream I should be a rules lawyer on, or the one I should just sure?
I'm going to go with hand off the chess piece for that one. Yeah, I'm going to go for a hand off the chess piece for that one.
I need to learn things, and this is just a nice lesson.
Hey, I know that not everybody here is a 2E player too, so we're all learning and, playing together.
All good.
Friends, fellow adventurers. That takes us over to the top of round 2. Jellica, it's your turn.
Oh goodness. What would Mystico?
Oh man, I only have one.
Would Mystico go first?
Well, you got the top of the order with the
Oh, I
26.
did. Oh, I thought. Okay. Sorry, I didn't know where initiative was on this tracker. Sure. So Jellica still has one big sharp rock. She, she's gonna throw into the midst of that swarm. And she's gonna toss the rock. This time it is within 20 feet, so no penalty on the die. Natural 20.
Nice.
Does it, 27 hit?
A 27 absolutely is a critical hit.
But I rolled a 1 for damage. So 4 whole points of damage.
And this rock spins through the air, and it's almost boomerang shaped because it cuts around the ankles of Yatrin and actually smashes the remaining rats against the wall.
Very nice.
And the rat swarm is now dead.
Very cool. All right, and there's like big rats.
The giant rats flee in fear.
You know
Sure,
what?
Mystico. Whatever you say.
It was worth a shot.
It was
That's
worth a
how
shot.
I remember it. This is 3 days from now when we go to meet that lady.
So Jellica's going to use her last 2 actions. She'll run up and stand next to Yatrid and trying to protect her companions a bit, but she also she doesn't want to hurt the rats, but they're there, so she tries to scare them away. So she's going to run up and start hissing at them and just be like, I'm a big cat. I don't know. Go away, rats, go away. And she's just trying to freak them out. So I'm going to roll intimidate at a -4 because I don't think they speak common.
No, they don't.
Okay.
Have you had luck with this
I'm a big cat.
idea before? Has it ever worked? Ever?
We'll find out.
Well, she's like a natural 20.
12 versus the will save.
A 12 versus their will DC, unfortunately, will fail.
It will, yeah. I was going to bomo them, but I don't think they understand my quips. So
They hiss at you in their ratious fury.
Jellica keeps hissing at them.
Which takes us over to Mystico. It is your turn.
Mystico is going to reach deep within the well of his massive ego.
That's a deep well.
Yeah, and it's a very deep well. And deep down at the bottom of that well, he pulls out his most infectious enthusiasm.
Oh, yes?
And casts his infectious enthusiasm to get a +1 on attack rolls. And any ally who observes me casting it can take a single action to gain that same bonus.
Oh, I'll do that. That sounds lovely.
How big was the bonus?
A +1?
+1, you said?
+1.
Yes.
All right. How
I
many
just
actions do
drink
that?
you in,
Feel
love.
the mystical energy of Mystico.
I'm
Propping
reveling.
you up in the face of danger as I take another step back towards the back of the pub.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Even in and out of danger.
Then
Yeah.
after...
As you pass by, she goes, "Love, there are no small parts, only small actors. Good
That
for
is
you."
most certainly true.
All right. Then after
Sometimes
Mystico...
the best performances take place completely backstage.
In front of a mirror by yourself.
Crying.
Fantastic.
Crying to sleep.
Oh,
Good
all
job,
right.
Mr. Dress Up.
Love
Well, that
it.
takes us over to Yatrid Patar. It's your turn.
I promise I'm not going to try to talk the land sharks down.
No, hiss like a cat.
Hey!
First action is going to be to ready the shield. Second action, I am going to hook spear this one in front of me. So I'm going to step up. So 1 action to ready, 1 action to step in, 1 action to attack. Let's see if I can get him. 19 on the die. That's a 26.
A 26, because
Is that
it's
10 over.
10 over the AC of the monster is a critical hit.
Nice.
Ooh.
16 points of damage.
Oh my
Oh.
lord.
tell me, how exactly is Yatrin going to completely gut this giant rat?
I think I step on it as I'm walking back and just hook the hook on its neck and step forward and just continue taking the place in between them.
It just
like head
pops
off,
right
boop,
off.
and it hits the ground.
It almost makes a popping sound.
Love that.
Now
for
it
you.
may understand you. Talk closer.
All right. Then after Yatrid just rips through one of these giant rats, that takes us over to Pandora. It's your
All right.
turn.
We got another spicy Milky Way special coming right up. All right. That's a 15 plus 8, so 23.
A 23 is a hit, but just shy of a critical hit.
That's all right. I take what I can get, and let's see if I can do these math. Now, just to check in, for anyone new to Pathfinder 2e, it's a D4 plus my spellcasting ability modifier, so that would be my wisdom modifier.
Correct.
All right, so I rolled a 4, and then I'm going to add a 4, and that'll be 8, because I can do the maths.
Fantastic. This giant rat is just overcome by your attack. How exactly is it going to kill it?
All right, so it's very Sailor Moon, but basically she shoots out the giant kind of galactic whip from her hand, and it just wraps itself around the rat and strangulates it.
And it stops.
And she goes, "Shh! Now that's right. Just go to sleep. Go sleep. Dream sweet, little rat boy."
Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Then after Pandora lances a second giant rat, that's going to take us over to our final remaining giant rat, just now getting into combat. Ooh, they're so excited for it.
How's it going for you, pal?
He has no idea what's going on around him. He's just looking at Yatrin and looking to dig his jaws right into that beautiful looking, right past that beautiful shield. Just get through it with an 18 to hit.
No, because with my Hydro Shield, it gives me a +1 the next round. That would be a 19.
That's a buff, making the difference.
Yes.
Oh, and a +1 makes a huge difference.
It hits
in
the
this
shield
game.
and the water separates, and I'm just staring at it, ready to go.
And it hisses at you with fury and tries again.
Oh, well, let's go.
This time with the 19 to hit.
That hits me. That hits me.
That'll do it.
That'll do it. That'll do it, rat. That'll do it.
Yatrid, you will take 3 points of piercing damage, and the absolute filth that is covering this thing's jaws are going to require you to make a fortitude save, sir.
Ooh.
All right. Natural 20 on the die. That rat can go right back to whatever hole it crawled out of.
Caden Killian saves.
Off. And the giant rat, being the mindless rat that it is, having no idea what's really going on around him, is just going to keep biting. He wants that Yatrin flesh. It only gets a 11 to hit.
Enjoy that -10. Or 8.
So that's going to take us to the top of round 3. Jellica, there's one giant rat left.
All right, so Jellica, knowing that she's got to do something, near the rat sees like a sharp stick, right? That someone, I don't know, maybe a kobold was sharpening it, who knows? And so she's got a plan, starts a dubious plan, but starts to form in her head. She's gonna run up to the rat, like zigzagging, so the rat doesn't know which way she's going. So I'm gonna move up to the rat. I'm gonna try a feint against it, which is deception against its perception DC. I got an 18.
An 18 is a success.
Sweet. Okay, so it is flat-footed against all my attacks until the end of my next turn, because I'm a scoundrel. And the last thing I want to do as she's running up there is she's gonna, if you allow me, I'm gonna quick draw the random stick on the ground and then stab at the rat.
Ooh. Yeah, that'll be my second one for the night. I'll allow it.
What?
Nice.
Okay. So she's gonna run up, she's going up there and just grab this stick and just try to skewer herself some rat. 20 total.
A 20 total will hit.
Fantastic. All right, so since it is flat-footed, I get sneak attack. So let's see here. Rapiers do a d6 damage. All right, very cool. I'm gonna roll this twice. That is a 1 on die, and that is a 5 on die. So that is a total of 6 plus 1, 7 whole points of damage.
7 points of damage. That
Piercing.
stick is sharp, and it stabs right through the rat, but it seems
Sure
to be
does.
hanging on with this stick just out of its shoulder, and it's still hissing, and it looks like it's about to lunge toward you.
Dang you, rat.
But Mystico gets to go next.
Nice. I thoroughly enjoyed casting my Ray of Frost, and I'm going to give it another shot.
Beautiful. Spell attack roll.
That is, oh wow, this is going well for me so far. 23,
A 23 is a hit.
right? And that is, well, it's 4 damage, but that's something.
4 damage. This thing was on its last limbs to begin with. Tell me, how does your Ray of Frost kill the last giant rat?
Yes, so the Ray of Frost emanates from my finger, and as it freezes over the rat, its mouth drops open in awe, much like the children of Absalom when they witness my magic on the street.
Lovely.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And the rat dies with the
Aw.
stick just wobbling out of it.
Anyone else feel kind of bad for the rats?
No.
Congratulations. You all just survived your first encounter together.
We did it.
Excellent.
I just want to say it's a Paizo style product, and there was a swarm
Yeah.
at level 1 or 2. I'm not surprised. Seems right.
That's
No,
that's
it's-
that
It's
tracks.
the MO.
That tracks.
Well, I mean,
the
swarms are
MO.
easier in second
Swarms
edition than they were in
suck.
first.
Yeah, they are
Oh,
easier. They are. but
way
they're-
easier in
I
second
hate
edition.
swarms.
Without a doubt. This particular swarm, its swarm trait meant that every physical damage that you dealt to it was reduced by, I believe, 9.
Mhm.
Or 6, I'm sorry. Reduced by 6.
So I'm going to cover my
Go.
shield back up so it's not too shiny for everybody. Can we see the map, please? I'd like to know how far it is we have to travel through here.
You have the
Uh,
map. It's easy to pull out. If what you have
Or
in
like
front of
the-
you, based
Mhm.
on the distance you've traveled so far, you may be only a couple of 100 feet away.
Well,
Oh, that's not far. We'll get there in a couple minutes.
Excellent.
Now, are we sure how do we want to approach this new friend?
Well,
Do
I'll
you
be in
think they're going to
front.
be friend friendly?
Yeah, no, I was going to walk up and say hello.
All right, that checks out. Sure.
Can I see if I know anything about how to handle Skittles with, kobolds? Is there
Skittles?
anything that I can do? Would you like a society? So I will tell you, I have courtly graces. I am originally from the courts, but I don't know how much courtly graces is going to help kobolds.
Probably not a lot.
No.
Just throw that out there.
Are we concerned about a language barrier at all? Is that a possible problem?
Oh,
We're going to find out
mean,
the hard way.
Yeah, we will.
I don't know a lot of lizard-centric languages.
Are they lizards, though? I don't know.
Well,
if
scaly
they are.
languages. I don't even know. Honestly, languages just altogether not really. You know, as a well-traveled individual, I guess I've really gotten by speaking louder and slower a whole lot. I really need to look inward at myself, I think.
I
I don't think that's a good trait.
I wouldn't advise it.
Well, here's the thing. So my friend Crom has talked to them before, and he only knows Taldane and Halfling, and I know Taldane and Halfling. So either way, we should be okay.
I know
Taldane
halfling,
is common.
but
Taldane is common.
Yes,
No
yes,
way
yes.
this goes poorly.
Absolutely no way.
No way.
They're
We're going to be
probably
excited with open arms to see people covered in rat blood to come in and talk to them.
Oh, God.
Probably their animals they sent out to help
Probably.
guard their
maybe.
home.
So we're
It's
sorry
fine.
about the rats.
Do the rats have collars on them or anything? That's actually a very good question. Do they look like
Yeah.
they're trained?
That's
Are
a
they pet
fantastic
rats?
question. You do not see any collars on them, but
Or
Yatrid,
brands?
Yatrid, you're taking the moment to look. Could you
Yes,
give
I'm a
me perception
mortician,
check?
actually.
Oh my gosh.
I'm actually a mortician. Yeah, I'll take a chance to look over them. Let's see here. I got a 12 on the die with perception. That will give me a 17.
You know, you don't see anything that would indicate that they're trained anyway. Their fur is matted and disgusting and all in tangles. There's
All
nothing
sounds like a
clean
kobold
about it.
pet. Yeah.
Sure, that's fair. There are no leather, collars or anything, no collars of any kind on them. However, you notice that the one that you sliced open, there's a little bling, shiny thing just kind of
Ooh,
sitting in a pile of guts.
So used to this. This is my everyday on a boat, hooking things out of the Flotsam Bay. I look at it, pull up. What is it? What is the shiny?
This is a ring in the
Ooh.
shape of a merfolk.
Now,
Ooh.
I'm just going to put it on immediately because as the camera pans back over me, you start to realize I am wearing a lot of mismatched things just painted one color.
Oh.
So there's the shield to Caden. I have a holy symbol of Pharasma on. My hook has got pirate skulls down it. Doesn't look like I bought all. This ensemble is 100% pulled out of the bay.
Yeah.
So I put the
Yeah, I mean,
ring
it's
on
free.
immediately. I'm like,
It's a-
oh, this looks like the king that we used to deal with. He was kind of a jerk.
It's a beautiful ring. You think you could easily sell this for 10 gold on the market if you had any desire to do so.
Why would I sell that?
Exactly.
Or you could just save it for a special someone.
Wait.
Yes,
where
that
was the
special
rat
someone
keeping
is me. I am wearing it.
I'm the special someone.
You know what? You are a strong, independent adventurer who doesn't need a partner, and I admire that.
I had
about you,
I
but-
had a partner. They drowned.
All right. Well, this
Oh,
took a turn.
Sorry.
Oh, it's
so
okay.
I am going to kick at the water embarrassedly.
No,
With
it's
tiny
fine. I drowned them.
Right. No.
Oh,
Oh,
George.
what?
That's
All right.
not less awkward.
Yeah.
They were very bad. They were undead by the end. It was a whole. It's a situation.
I feel like that is a lot, and I'm also very curious as to why you are hiding your shield. As you can see, I don't mind putting my faith on display, and I'm very accepting of other beliefs and belief systems.
Nope. No, it's. Is this religious?
Your
I'm-
shield to Caden Killian.
Who's that?
He's the accidental god, the one that we all raised a glass. You know the drinking song. It's like good. Okay, no, you don't.
Raise a
okay,
glass
I
never
feel
to
like this conversation
Caden.
should
That's
have
the
been
one,
taken
yeah.
care of in a flashback.
No, I'm sorry. I don't know what I cover it because people try to steal the gems that are on it.
Oh, right. Well, you might. I mean, listen,
deal with
there are a lot of
pirates.
shields out there, but
There's-
yours is probably something that would be appreciated by a follower of said god. And
I know a couple
Sure.
bars that would love it. Honestly,
I'm positive the person I pulled out probably followed that person. I just kept it. I needed a shield. I lost mine in a wave and floated away.
listen, I admire your resourcefulness. I'm just saying, you seem like somebody who respects the glory of of a dollar. What's a dollar, anyways? Of a sand dollar earned. So
a measure.
it seems like you could get some good money for that. And I'm just trying to help.
The sound begins to echo
we'll
down the
see.
sewer. Ting,
Ting, ting,
ting,
ting.
ting, ting.
Kobold juice.
Everybody get behind me.
ting,
Are those
Except
symbols?
for you.
ting.
We should probably see what that is. Jellica's gonna go to the sound and say hello, kobolds. like
Oh,
start
that's
calling
Skittles.
out.
You get no answer. However, whatever that sound is, it's a very steady, rhythmic. It's almost holding perfect time.
Hmm.
You don't see anything, but you hear it. Give me a perception check. Anyone who wants to, give me
All
a
right,
perception
I
check.
will do it. 18.
Oh, there's a bad roll.
Yeah,
I was too busy thinking about selling my shield.
17.
What did you get again, Pandora?
18.
Pandora, you notice that this is certainly the sound of water hitting what sounds to be a metal box or a metal something. It's just the sound of water just
Dripping on the.
We should go see what that's all about. Let's, make some moves to get closer and have a look. I have a bonus to seeing hidden things. Can I move closer and see what I think it might be?
Everyone begins to get closer, but I'm going to take this opportunity to use something that is unique to second edition as far as I'm aware.
All
This
right.
is going to be a secret check. So
Ooh.
I need what is let's go ahead and let's start with Pandora. What is your plus to perception?
So I get a +2 circumstance bonus for keen eyes, plus my perception of 8. So 10 total.
So 10 total. Okay. How about Jellica?
+6.
One more time.
+6.
+6. Okay. How about Yatrin?
I got +5.
Okay. And finally, Mystico, your perception plus.
I do have low light if that helps at all.
Yeah, I have that too.
It is +4.
+4. Okay. Jellica, you see coming up ahead, you're the first one to really notice it. You hear that ting, ting, the sound of water dropping on something hollow, a metal piece of something, a sheet or what have you. But you begin to get closer and you see that there is a metal box
Oh, okay.
in the middle of the sewer. And
Yeah, that's a little weird.
there is a drop. And again, like you said, just ting, ting, very rhythmic, keeping perfect time. That's 120 BPM at 4x4 time.
So Jellica's going to investigate this box, make sure that no one's put any nasty traps or surprises on it.
Jellica, as you get closer, you see the faint line almost of a wire connecting the top of that metal box to something in the wall. Actually, there's 4 wires.
Okay.
Is that a door, though?
No, I've got this. Jellica reaches into her pants pocket and she pulls out this little like rolled up piece of leather, and she'll unroll it, and there's several little tools in there, and she's gonna try and disarm this little trap. Probably like hold tension on the wire and snip it, and then like I don't know, attach the wire with some gum or something, some sort of sticky something to the wall so that it doesn't lose its tension.
Go ahead and give me a thievery check.
Love to do.
I'm assuming you're trained in thievery, correct?
I am trained in thievery.
Fantastic. You are able to disarm this, assuming you get high
I mean,
enough.
sometimes my sister Lonnie leaves the door locked. She forgets to let me back in, so I have to let myself in. 21 to disarm this.
A 21. I mean, you've got tons of practice, Jellica. With a steady hand, you are able to securely affix the wires to another point, not the lid of the box, just another point on the metal box.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. Now let's see what's in the box.
You open the box up, and inside the metal box is nothing. There's nothing here.
Absolutely nothing.
There's absolutely nothing in this metal box.
You're so stupid.
And you lift it up just a little bit, and you still hear the rhythmic ting, ting, ting on the top of the metal box. And it's still holding perfect time.
Interesting. That is. Can I block the flow of water and see what happens?
You block the flow of water, and the sound stops. Everybody give me a perception check.
Oh, that's not good.
14.
If I fail this, I believe I can re-roll with halfling's luck.
11.
But that's once per day, so maybe I'll save that. That's a 13.
18 for me.
Mystico, you hear the faint coming from somewhere in the distance in the background.
I believe we have alerted them to our presence, just as we planned.
I don't remember. Did we talk about that?
I wasn't paying attention. I don't know.
I don't think we did. Go on.
He says a lot of things, honestly.
Yeah.
All right, let's get ourselves organized here. Who's going to do the talking? Mystico, you seem real charming, I won't lie. Anybody else,
Thank you.
feeling...
There's no need to hide your enthusiasm for me.
I I am enthusiastic about all of you for your different skills that each of you has.
Well, I
But
mean,
especially me.
I've always wanted to meet another kobold. I only met the one, and they do not like being picked up without asking first.
You know that they don't.
Good to know. Good to know. We're learning things.
Let's not lead with that.
They make great fishing floats, the scales, when they pass.
All right, so Mystico, you're up, buddy.
Yes.
So you all make that decision as you're traveling down the sewer passage, and up ahead you see a faint light coming from what seems to be a doorway to the left of the sewer passage. And as you turn, I'm going to share with you all a map. This is officially the map that comes in this adventure.
Cool.
In the
hallway?
box. No, not the hallway. That's just a standard Fantasy Grounds map, man. Don't
Just
look
a
into that too
cool-ass
much.
Yeah, we're pretty
single
proud of that
direction
map.
hallway.
I'm like, Bill, this map is spectacular.
Look at it. Do you see
art
that? It's
is-
10 feet wide.
The art
And it's
here
like 100
is
feet long.
just it's art. It's
Oh.
artful.
I feel like I need to make a hallway map pack for like drive-through RPG now.
Yeah, it's actually not a bad idea, dude. If you do that, I would love that. I
How
would pick
much
that up so
time
quickly.
Do you spend in hallways? Because really,
I usually spend more time in rooms than hallways, but yeah, okay.
Never know. Never know.
I suppose
with
free-
a
Now
group
this-
like
this is
you
awesome.
could spend a lot of time in a hallway. I'm just saying.
It's just saying. Okay.
That's a map. Come on.
Let's see it. Do we have it shared? Is it out there?
Yeah.
Is everyone can see it on the Twitch stream too?
Oh, this is so cool.
Oh, wow, look at that.
So this, you walk into, I'm just going to give you the flavor text for this. The tunnel opens up to the crumbling remains of a massive, flooded, underground theater.
Oh my
rows
God, I
of
have a heart attack and
submerged-
die.
Rows of submerged seats lead to a stage area that is raised 5 feet and accessible by 2 sets of steps to the right and to the left. A deep orchestra pitch descends immediately in front of the stage. Chunks of old stage sets are scattered everywhere, creating lean-tos over the seats and stage. An impromptu village of sorts. An upper tier is accessible by stairs to the right and left of the entrance, leading to what must be a mezzanine above. In the center of the stage is a large prop throne, upon which sits a kobold with bright blue scales.
The Pathfinder Society finally sends the defenders of the domain. Quick, enter.
Yeah, they say
Oh,
the
sure.
defenders of the domain, and she sort of looks at all of them and goes, "Does he mean us?"
Yeah, no.
Of
play along,
course
play
he
along.
does.
I think he does.
We have come, brave kobolds, to aid you in whatever way we can, and we promise not to pick you up without consent first.
That's a
This-
weird way to start this conversation, but all right.
Who does that?
This is such a big place for such a yiddle pod. Nice to meet you.
Yiddle
My
pod skittle.
name is Pandora Paloma.
I refuse to give you a hero point for that pun. Refuse.
Would you say he's Skittle Blue?
I would absolutely say that she is Skittle Blue. Yes.
Yeah, she is. Skittle
Please
Blue.
come in. It's difficult to get across. Just come over to the stage. We can talk.
I'd like to look around the place before I step anywhere through
I was
this
like, this looks
graveyard
like-
of a theater.
This looks like
Angelica
the
immediately
set of
moves up.
Dropout.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Like-
There's always one.
She's like, okay, and she's like running down the steps and like jumps up on the stage.
You guys are able to make your way over to the stage. For anyone making their way over, I need balance checks as you
Oh.
cross the rickety bridge and causeways that go from where you're at across the water to the stage.
What is a balance check? Tell me more.
Acrobatics. is-
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
I'm not good at
You
this.
got it. Hiya.
How deep does that water look? Is there anything sticking out that I can gauge depth? Like, can I just swim over?
You certainly notice that. I mean, it's calm, still water.
Okay.
Yetra, you're maybe 10 feet deep tops.
Nice.
I'll meet you over there. I'm just gonna dive in the water.
Nice. I rolled a dirty 20.
Ooh, dirty 20. You are able to successfully, and Jellica as well, balance and make your way across to the stage where Yiddlepode and a coterie of kobold warriors, maybe a dozen of them, arrayed on the stage waiting for you.
Right. Yeah. I jump over.
We step forward.
All right.
You've come to defend my domain, yes?
Indeed, of course we have. And I think this might be the moment where I need the aid of my trusted familiar to add in my performance ability for these respectable kobolds. So I think this might be the moment where I pull out my familiar Hellhammer
From a top hat.
from a top
Right.
hat.
Oh no.
The Hellhammer emerges
Hellhammer!
in all his glory.
And it's a bunny.
I cast light on the bunny.
Oh no.
And it glows.
Ooh.
Behold him.
I can incorporate you into my act. That's a wonderful.
I grew up doing tech for my community theater. I respect what you do so much.
What a very shiny little morsel. Is that something for me to eat?
No, indeed. He is most powerful.
He is shining.
Full of- What's that?
He is shining. He must be powerful.
Exactly. Look at
Wait,
him.
is the-
Behold.
is the
Behold,
bunny-
Hellhammer.
Is the
And
bunny gonna defend
Hellhammer
us?
is here as
I
one of
don't
our
know what's going on.
allies.
A rabbit? Okay. I don't know if I'm convinced.
Roll me a performance check to see if you can be convincing.
Oh, I will. roll
And with a
this.
+2 from your absolutely shining bunny companion.
This bunny is so great.
This is either going to be
Cannot believe you're
fantastic
bunny.
or really depressing. All right, that's a 22 plus 2 for Hellhammer is 24.
Oh, man. You absolutely dazzle them with your presentation.
I am not worried at all anymore. You absolutely seem strong, capable of
Yes.
defending against the army of ghouls that will be coming this evening.
What do I know about ghouls? Are they cool gals?
Oh, they're the bad kind of hungry.
I could eat. And she eats a pastry
No.
a wet pastry out of her bag.
Mama Dora, you know how sometimes it's like it's kind of nice to get just like a little nibble, like someone bites you and you're like, oh, yeah, not with these
a
ones.
spicy bite.
Yeah, not with these ones. It's a bad bite. Okay.
Yiddlepode, her eyes just go wide, and she goes,
A fellow storyteller. Oh, please perform for us. Wait, we're in trouble. Hold on. Perform for us after we are out of trouble. But seriously, we're in trouble right now.
Okay. All right.
When
She-
are these guests arriving?
digs into her, she just like starts patting around with pouches around.
Oh, here.
And she pulls out this crinkled, water-stained note and hands it to whoever takes it.
I will take it.
Sure.
Pandora, here is the note.
What to do?
I X'd it out because it had an X on it because we can't read it.
It
'cause
says,
it's Pandora's.
yeah, it says X
Thank you.
over a question mark.
Wait, X over question mark?
It didn't
Oh, yeah,
load
it's
in.
on.
It hasn't loaded in
it hasn't
Fantasy
loaded.
Grounds.
Uncouth rabble.
I have it
Oh,
up
it
on
just
screen,
has-
so yeah.
There you go.
Bill's got it.
All right,
Oh,
Bill,
yes,
I hand
right.
it to you. I say,
Bill
I don't
Squint.
understand this language.
Boy,
Mr.
this is difficult to read.
It's
Ooh,
very
if
tiny.
if you'd like, I can give it to you in the voice.
Ooh,
Yes.
yes,
Wow.
baby.
No.
Uncouth rabble. This theater is a place for delectable inspiration and ravenous artistic endeavors. A temple to the gods of expression and excellence, where only those who have been blessed with envious talent may tread its hallowed boards. Your presence here is blasphemous, an insult to all the grossly talented performers, both alive and dead, who have and will grace this revered hall. I assume ignorance is at fault for your grubby little scaled paws to be clickety-clacking on this transcendent stage, and will allow you two knights to remove yourselves from the premises before my troop and I treat you like the bourgeoisie that you are. Yours in magnanimity, Madam Marrowsuck.
Oh,
Wow.
name.
Did a ghoul write this?
Where did you get this note?
Marrowsuck?
It was delivered to us like 2 nights ago. It's gonna happen tonight.
Well, reviews are, art is subjective, and so the
Sure,
fact
you
that
should
they are
never
not a
read
fan,
your own reviews.
yes, don't do it. But that being said, this looks great. Love what you've done with the place, and we would be happy to help defend your right to perform. Freedom of speech. She tries to get everyone to cheer. cheer
Freedom.
of speech.
Freedom of speech.
Oh my God. I'm really a part of something now. I'm really feeling it.
Look, I'm if there's ghouls, as I'm like come up to the edge and put my arms on it like it's a pool. One, is anything down here while I swam over here? Two, while you guys are chanting, are the ghouls the problem you think are coming?
Yes.
Did they write that?
I'm pretty sure Mary Madam Suck wrote it.
Is she a ghoul?
Yes.
Anybody with a society check?
I
Make
would
that
love to. I'd love to use my
That's
courtly
definitely-
graces. Yes.
Yes, actually, yes. Courtly graces will apply here for different
I will
reasons. that we
happily
need.
18 on die,
that.
22 for society.
22, okay.
I got a
Suck when you're
21
trained
for
in something and
society.
you roll a 2.
21. Oh.
It's a bummer.
So, what about, is Pandora making it a society check or no?
She did, but it was a natural 1.
So let's
So-
talk about what Jellica and Yatrid know about Madame Marrowsuck. Yes, you've heard this name before. In fact, you've heard tales, almost told in under hushed tones and with that tone of disbelieving. Did you hear that there's a ghoul in the Undercity with a dance troupe? Sometimes they put on performances in the Undercity, just in random sewer passages.
Oh, amateurish.
Amateurs.
Wait,
Well,
are we going to have dance fighting ghouls?
Only hope.
Yatrid gets very stern. He's like, if there are ghouls here and forcing you to do things and dancing, I have to stay. And I'm gonna wipe off everything so that the Phrasma piece is showing. I'm gonna pull out my shining dagger. We'll help you with this defense of your. What is this a theater?
It's
It's a
beautiful
theater.
theater.
It's
And
a
someday
theater.
I will perform here for all of you.
I love how everyone answered. Is what I
All
say
right,
as
Mexico,
I
all right.
climb up onto the stage.
So we just got some cool ghouls going giddy
Was there anything in the water
on their way.
when I
Uh,
swam
the-
through here, Tyler?
Through the water, there is absolutely nothing that is going to get in your way underneath. You don't notice
Okay.
any leavings of any aquatic life or marine life. It's surprisingly clear, and your swimming pool description is very apt. It's not exactly clean
That's all right.
water,
No water
um,
is.
but there's nothing in it, surprisingly.
Is
The
there
things that I see
anything-
here, like stage pieces, can I swim under them? Are they like
Yes.
on platforms? Okay, that's why mostly I want to use it as a way to move about without being obstructed.
Correct. And for those of you who are looking at the map, you see in the middle on there, those are called flats. They get flown in behind, in the backstage to be upright to create scenes. Those have been placed in the water and tied together. You'll notice that there
God.
are ropes
They're
tying
floating.
those things in the middle of the water here.
You notice
Uh,
that, yeah.
Any
We're the prototype of
boards-
Waterworld.
Yeah, right. Basically, you'll notice that there are wooden platforms that are crossing between them to allow you to balance to go from one's flat to the next on the water, as well as several other things of that nature.
Well, so let's figure out how we're going to welcome. I mean, I was an usher at one point, so we should figure out how we're going to welcome these folks in through some traps, maybe, or figure out what abilities we need to prep so that, I have some things that I could make people's weapons more disruptive. And people do hate a disruptive audience, but in this case, I think we'll make an exception.
And you're about to roll me right into where we're going to go. You've agreed to defend the sewer dragon's lair, which is this flooded theater from the incoming ghoul siege. You are going to take a little bit of time to get yourself familiar with the map, because you have 3 hours until the siege, and you have the opportunity to prepare for the siege. But while you're thinking about that, that is the perfect time for us to take a 10-minute break.
Yay!
While the players figure out how they are going to defend the sewer dragon's lair from Madame Marrowsuck and her ghoulish dance troupe. We'll see.
And we're back.
Welcome back, friends and fellow adventurers, to part 2 of the Ghastly Siege. We are just getting into preparation for the siege itself, so we are going to talk out of character while we discuss what we're all good at and what plans you have to make it a little easier on yourselves as the ghouls besiege you. Go on.
Well, I think we need to I think we need to figure out a way to limit their options as far as how they're going to get across to where we are, and then we just need to make that way that we've limited them to super dangerous.
So weaken bridges, one bridge across.
Mhm.
But it looks like they can go out and around the side balconies to get to us if they're quick.
You should, yes, that is correct. Those,
Yeah.
So those need to be
balconies on the
blocked off.
side,
Yeah.
those go up.
Right.
Right.
It goes up and around. They can jump down onto the stage, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
So
How many
let's
kobolds
up-
are here?
13, including Yiddlepode.
Will they help at all?
That depends.
Okay. We need
How
to
will
get them
you
to help
ask?
because kobolds are really good at making traps. Like everyone
Yeah.
chokes on a kobold.
Yeah.
So I think we can get them to help make traps up on the balconies because that's the one thing that's going to be the hardest to block off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ghouls suck.
I think if we wanted to, the tactic we would take in asking them is if they help with this, then it will be less likely that anyone will get past us to them, which is obviously what we've been paid to
Agreed.
do. But like people die, so
Yep.
like
No,
if we need
kobolds
to
die,
make
we'll
them a
be
little
fine.
bit afraid, yeah, that if they don't, that it could go really poorly.
All right. I'll take that task on. I feel
Yeah.
confident that I can convince them of that.
Go for it.
All right.
So let's real quick. Let's get all of our plans laid out, of the attempted plans, before we jump back
Right.
into character.
Yeah,
So convince the kobolds to make traps and see what they can do. What else?
Now,
you got?
if they can't make traps, then we should just make barricades up there just to make it harder for them to get up around the sides so that maybe they give up and go through the shitty center part.
Do I see a
Um,
bunch of chairs underwater?
You certainly do.
The entire orchestra section is submerged.
Yep.
Can I? Oh boy! If we could get a bunch, this place has got to have a bunch of rigging, tons of rope.
Tons of rigging, rope. There's rope. There's sandbags.
Yep.
There's flats. You've got.
It'd be
even just
great.
Random props.
It'd be great if we could tie them off and use the chairs somehow to hold them underwater,
You know what we could do is
like a
create
ton of them
bunch
just floating underwater.
we could just create a bunch of difficult terrain by running ropes back and forth across the chairs like
Yep.
a giant web, so that it just
Mhm.
if they do try to get across to us or fall in the
Yep.
water, it's also going to slow them down.
Yep.
We just need to
Okay.
try to keep our distance as much as possible.
And I have an ability too, if we do that, and I'm swimming in the water because I have a swim speed of 30.
Mhm.
I also have the ability to ignore difficult terrain with an ability here. So might not be a bad idea because if we do that, I can ignore all the ropes and just swim around and bash
Wreak
on
havoc.
ghouls.
Okay, real quick, we're talking about ropes. Let me just give you a tangible number to work with. You have about roughly 300 to 350 feet of usable rope cut in multiple sizes, or there's some spools in there, but you've got a decent amount of usable rope. In Fantasy Grounds, if you right click somewhere, there's a little pen at the bottom that says drawing.
Yep.
If you enter drawing mode, I will allow whoever is setting up the ropes to draw where you would like that terrain to be on the
Dude,
map.
the last thing I have to ask is somebody who has witnessed this in real life. Do they have a lot of fabric we can float on the water? Because if you fall on fabric and water, you are not getting out.
Absolutely, there is
You are
plenty
gonna
of fabric
drown.
here. Probably not enough fabric to completely cover all of the surface area of the water.
Sure.
But
What if-
you've got
But along the
rough-
bridge that we are using to corral them through, along that area, can we kind
Yeah.
of cover that? So if we
We-
shove them off, they're kind of stuck.
We can do that, but we could also put it down the center as well, where there are no chairs to put ropes across.
Sure, yeah.
I would basically want to make like a fake cloth bridge that looks like,
Mhm.
oh, we might just be like, especially if the cloth looks like
Yeah.
it's really taut. So that way they'll try to step on it, and then the
Yeah.
rope will slide out from under, and they'll just right under.
So 2 long pieces of wood, stage production, fake bridge made of canvas. Check. I'm with you.
All
I'm
right.
on it, she says, as somebody who did tech.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll start drawing that one on the map.
Yeah.
I'm going to start that. So we've
Okay.
got ourselves a cloth bridge that is made up to look like something they can cross easily.
Yeah.
Which
And then when
I
they
will
try
ask
to swim
for-
away from that, they'll get caught in the ropes on either side.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yep. Thank you, whoever's doing the drawing there. I don't know who that is.
No problem.
Thank you, Vanessa.
A
So
person.
we've got the traps. We've got the bridge. What else you got?
Now, as far as things I can do to make people better at what it is they excel at, I have disrupting weapons. So wherever my 2 frontline friendos go, I'm probably going to want to go up with them just at the start of the battle, and then they can move forward and I can move backwards.
How long does that last?
It lasts 1 minute. So that's why I'm saying it's kind of like
Gotcha.
I'm going to have to
10
get up
rounds.
there. What?
10 rounds.
10 rounds.
10 rounds, yeah. And so that just means I'll have to get up with you guys to set you up with it, and then I can kind of back away as you guys move forward to create some distance.
What's the way to ping in Fantasy Grounds so I can click on stuff so you can see it?
Thank you for asking. If you click both the right and left mouse button at the same time, you can start drawing an arrow. But if you just center it, you get a
Like that?
bracket. Yep, just like that.
Okay, so how high is this distance between the water and there?
Between the water and that section right there, it is about 10 feet.
Okay. Because I wanted to know if I'm going to be able to swim and get out there. So I'm going to need access to get out here. I'm going to need ladders or something.
Yeah, you'll need something to get up. So on the southern end, that is, the mezzanine balcony to get in, right?
Gotcha. Okay, perfect.
So you've got the 10 feet down to the water from there. So this bridge that we're crafting is going to look like a cloth rope bridge. We're going to be making checks for that, and I'll ask for that when it comes time.
And is it safe to say that this area back here is where they're coming in through?
It's safe to say that is where you came in, and that's where you expect that really is the only way to get into the theater. Yes.
To start this out of the gate, I when we talk to the kobolds, I would love to know if they can make a noose, like long trip, like with a wrap around your ankle and trip, so that we can throw chairs out in the water or something heavy over the ceiling, because they got to have scaffolding for lights, so we can
the
pull them out into the
scaffold.
water and get as many people out of that doorway in the water as possible, like right out of the gate.
Now, one thing with the catwalk is catwalks are. Ooh, I made that way too big. Catwalks are going to be back here, over the stage.
Okay.
There's no
So you'll
lighting
have-
up here though for people
you'll have-
who
You'll
are
have
watching.
You'll have some catwalks here, and here.
Okay.
But in general, house lights are going to exist on the walls through
Okay.
torches and things like
Yeah.
that.
Well, that's
So the-
fine. We could do it off these balconies then.
That would
Right.
also be possible.
We could just pull them from there to the balcony, because at least if we can get like 2, 3, 4 of them, maybe trip some others up. Just the goal is to make them less gathered, so we're not fighting like 10 at
A
once.
bunch at a time.
Yeah.
The goal, I
like
think,
this
is to keep
plan.
our distance as much as possible and pick them off. Like
I
think my
focus
last-
fire and pick them off.
My last question is, how important is that sun?
It's just a flat. That's all it is. It's a flat. That's a set piece. It's a flat piece of wood.
Cool. I would be 100% fine with lighting that on fire and swinging it into them at the beginning of the round.
Like,
Incredible.
well,
I
all your
mean,
drop space is going to be up here
Even
on the
if it
stage.
made no sense, I'm 100%
Yeah.
for it.
Like right here, like if it just slid in front of that
Yeah.
one to re-corral them through the other opening.
Set it
Oh,
on
that's
fire and then
And just-
drop it on top of the dance floor that we made in the center.
I just
But I was-
fear and
we
fire.
definitely want to set up like some sandbags and things on ropes that we can release. So when they get
I
to the
love that.
stage, we can like pull a rope and drop sandbags on them. And
Sandbags.
Yeah, I
things like
think
that.
wherever they'd be able to jump down from like the side
Mhm.
pieces over here, we need to like create some kind of trap there to like slow them down further when they jump down, because otherwise they'll just converge on us on the stage.
Alright,
And
I'm going to
it's
draw
at
spaces
this
that we want.
point- Yeah,
traps
it's at
set.
this
Yeah.
point where I'm gonna say real quick. Somebody roll me a d10.
I will do it. Here I go. Yeah, that's a 4.
You have 4 viable sandbags to use for the drop-in
Okay.
strategy.
Okay.
Probably from the edges. I think that makes the most sense.
Should we do this like Survivor though, and like rock them across and like try to knock them off? There?
So fake bridge, sandbags,
Yeah.
burning sun to open it up. I mean,
Exactly.
Yeah.
we just made a play.
Man, I love
And
Survivor
if kobold
so much.
traps,
and
if
get some
they
cobalt
caught them.
traps, I'm gonna climb up into the lights, the catwalk up there.
Okay.
There has to be a pyro kobold here. There has to be.
Yeah.
It's like a requirement.
It would
It's
be
the red
beautiful.
skittle, 100%.
The red skittle's the fire skittle, without a doubt.
Should
Let me see. I mean, you know what? Most of them are red, but none of them actually have any fire.
I can fix that.
I'm sure you could.
I have torches and I have an alchemist fire.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So
Beautiful.
let's see how your
Torches will work
diplomacy
fine.
goes, and let's see if we give it to the right person and not the toddler.
All right, so let's go ahead and let's have a conversation about where we are at right now. We are planning on first trying to talk to the kobolds to set up some traps
Yeah.
along the eastern and western edges balconies where those,
Yeah.
the balcony seats are. Prevent them or at least hinder them up there. Second, you're going to be building a cloth bridge that goes from the balcony where they're going to be entering in at down to the is this the set piece with the mountain? Is that's
Yeah,
where it's going to?
Yeah, the big volcano set piece, basically. Because
Perfect.
there's wooden paths off of that, but it
Yeah.
should look inviting enough that they start to try to march down the center.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, so that's
How-
the second thing.
Let me ask you about this trap idea that I have. It might be super over the top, but how hard would it be to bless all of this water?
You
Just
don't have
like-
enough time for it.
Okay, great.
Or a
Yeah.
silver dust.
Moving on.
Yeah. So second, the cloth bridge. That leads us to third, which is your sandbags, which are marked with the X's on the map.
Okay.
Hmm.
Who will be releasing the sandbags if that comes down to it? Because
Oh.
they're there, there's not really any way for you to create a trigger.
Well,
13
would they have to
kobolds.
be- Would they have to be released from the catwalk?
They would have to be released from from either the catwalk or somebody else who has the release rope or something of that.
If we
nature.
tie them to the throne, I can move up here to start here to give the disrupting weapon buff to my bros, and then step back here and then just have my star knife in one hand and
Mhm.
cut the ropes if necessary.
So you want them to all tie to the same point, is what you're
Yeah,
saying?
so that I can cut them one by one if needed without having to move to a bunch of places.
Okay, so there'll be a single action to cut any of those ropes when it comes down
Mhm.
to it,
Good idea.
or 2 actions to ready cutting one of the ropes.
Yeah,
Everybody on board with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
love that.
Then we're going to get to the third thing, which is the sandbags were the third thing. Am I missing something? I've got convincing the kobolds to set up traps along the balconies.
Burning
The
sun.
ropes.
The burning sun, that's what I was missing.
The
Okay,
most
so
important opening act.
Signature piece.
this is the cherry on top of the flaming mess pie. So
Yeah.
what exactly, how do you want to trigger that? Do you want to just light it on fire at the beginning to have it become unavailable terrain?
It could be a
Realistically.
good distraction if it was hanging.
Oh,
Ooh, if
well,
it was
here's.
hanging.
Well,
Is
because
there any-
here's. Oh, so go ahead.
I was gonna say, is there any flammable oil or something? Because
I have an alchemist fire and I
Yeah.
have 2 lantern oils for my lantern.
So if we put the lantern oils basically across the surface of it and leave it sitting above the water, then you could light it with one alchemist fire.
Yeah.
And
well,
so
then
when
can
they
we
when
float
they
it
get to
to
that
here?
point,
So we just have it here, so they have to step on it like it's part of the bridge,
You're talking about right. Oh,
like
I'm
right in
sorry,
front of the
that's-
bridge. It's like when they get to the stage, that's the final piece. Whoever makes it, surprise,
So,
you're on fire.
I think
Like
it would
that
be
right there?
great.
Yep.
That right
Here's-
there.
Listen, this is
That's-
crazy.
No,
but what
it's a
if we
3 by
just let
3.
it swing back and forth over that last bridge, just a sun on fire, just
Oh
swinging
my
like
god,
an
you're turning
axe
this into
over it?
MXC.
Listen, I watch a lot of Survivor, and there are a lot of things they have to climb over and through and before.
I'll tell you what, because you don't have a realistic way to prevent a flaming swinging sun from burning its own rope, and just falling into the water.
That's true.
I'll just say let's go ahead and put it on the water somewhere with
Like the Burning
oil.
Land
Yeah,
Bridge.
Yeah, So
I really do.
accept your terms.
it is. Thank you. It is a 3x3. So go ahead and draw where it would be on there. Whoever's going to be doing that.
Trying.
And I believe that brings us to enacting and making rolls for these things. Unless there are any other ideas you want to execute. We good?
I just know that I think I'm going to be. Should I hide in waiting till we see her? Till we see Marrow? Or do you want me to be fighting all the way up to that moment? Because my goal is to take her out, because I'm hoping it'll help make them scatter.
Yeah, and I'm hoping to go with you so that I can aid you.
Can you swim? Do you have pretty good athletics?
I might theoretically can swim.
Because the other thing we can do is we can hide here in like these sections on the side if we needed to.
Yeah, that sounds good. And jump out and jump in the water to escape. Sure, we can try that.
Unless you have another place you'd like to hide. I'd rather fight in stairwells with them coming up to me.
Yeah, no,
Right.
that's true.
I feel I should be up in the catwalk.
I think anywhere where your hands don't get dirty is perfect.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to see the glowing bow tie.
So let's go ahead and let's roll into character from here.
Perfect.
Who is going to be approaching Yiddlepode to convince them to lay down some traps?
I would like to aid whoever's doing it.
All right.
Assist
I
them.
think it should be me because it's probably the last useful thing I'll do tonight.
Go for it.
As he just takes a bottle of wine out and pours the whole thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's go ahead and Mystico,
Yes.
give me your diplomacy check and
Same thing.
yes, same thing from Yatrid. I was getting.
I got a 19, so that's a 26.
Oh, my
26
Lord.
is a success on the aid.
And I got a 19 for my diplomacy. I don't know if Hellhammer is giving me any bonuses here as I
Cuteness.
perch him attractively on my shoulder.
You let him eat him.
Hellhammer is still glowing, like a beacon of hope, and
Right?
that's going to give you a +2 circumstance to this. Now, a success gives a +1 to the aiding check, so Yatrid will be giving you a +1. So you got a 19 total.
I got a 19 and then +2 from Hellhammer and then +1 from the aid. So that gets me up to 22.
22.
22, which is a really remarkably high score.
You want
So high.
What do you want to talk to me about? You're supposed to defend us.
Indeed. But look around you. Look at this amazing theater. With your help, we can not only defeat the ghouls, but we can protect this beautiful theater so that it can continue to be both your home and the home for amazing performances of magic.
You're driving hard bargain. Hard
Indeed, and all we ask is that you help us with your genius for setting traps.
Yeah.
If we can set some traps up in the balconies to stop them from invading in those directions, we can protect the theater and protect you.
It's true. We're fantastic at making traps.
You're amazing. You're amazing. You are mystical.
And as he says that they're mystical, she sort of like lovingly pats the throne appreciatively and casts light on the throne.
Oh, look at that. It's a sign, I believe.
Yip, Sacktoy. Sharpen the punji sticks.
And a couple of kobolds go off and go grab some sticks and start shaving them. They will be setting up stake traps along the balconies, meaning that if the ghouls are going to be passing through them, they either need to do so at greater difficult terrain or take piercing damage as they pass through at normal speed.
Excellent.
Oh.
So we can consider the balconies on both sides covered in defensive spikes. So your first is a success. The next, the cloth bridge. this gets interesting. Who is going to be crafting this
What kind of
cloth
skill
bridge?
do you feel like?
Something
This
like,
is-
oh, I don't know, crafting?
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, listen.
Sorry, Ann, I'm not trying
Sounds
to be
crazy.
No.
But yes, crafting.
That
Yes.
sounds wild, but I guess you're right.
Unless you can justify to me something else, but crafting seems to be the one for this.
Yeah, no, I got a +1. Let's not have me do it, or I'm gonna fall through it and somehow drown, even though I can swim.
Yeah, I only have a +1 too, honestly.
Wow, does
That's
no one
their
have
job. The
crafting?
kobolds are the crafter. Look at this great place.
I don't
Are
know
we
how to
going
make
to-
things.
Are we going to make a second diplomacy check at a
I
minus?
would rather make
Yeah,
diplomacy
yeah.
checks. Yes.
Okay.
I'm pretty good at diplomacy.
Okay,
but
you want to try
also-
this one? You try this one.
Yeah.
Yip, yip,
I'm gonna work with
yip,
them in
yip,
the burning
yip,
sun.
Are building the punji sticks on the balconies. But
She
you
said
want
it.
more from us?
She says, well, I don't think it'll be too tough, and I think you will love the way this looks. And she starts sort of painting the picture of like the dance macabre of these ghouls marching down this horrible pathway to hell. And she says, what better theater is there than drowning ghouls of gallivanting gore?
Damn, I love the alliteration there. That was
I would
great.
like to use a hero point.
Did it not go well for
Oh.
the first?
No, I'm sorry. I'm used to hero points being something else. I thought that was just a flat addition.
not
you can use it to
inspiration.
reroll if you want.
You can
yeah.
use it
You
to
can reroll.
reroll if it
Oh,
goes
it's to
poorly.
reroll. Okay, got it.
Ah.
Let's just go with one diplomacy check to start. All right, how is a 22?
Okay.
We are. Pretty great. And to see Mr. Matterstruck fall through and just die in the way that you describe is just so... Well, that sounds great.
It would be the final curtain.
And you're using curtains. I love it. The irony is amazing. Okay, fine. We'll do it. Croc Doc, Sunday, come.
And they also craft the cloth bridge for you
Nice.
as well. Which leads us to the sandbags.
Oh, God.
This is
That's
we're
just a
gonna-
rope.
It's just a rope. It's nothing crazy. And you're tying it down to the same section. I'm not going to make
Yep.
anybody roll for this.
Okay.
So we're kind of at the point where you have a few hours to get prepared. And the clickety clacking of the clawed feet of the kobolds skitter across the stage and across the balconies as they begin to set up the traps that you've convinced them to make. And Yiddlepode sets by and says,
I'm ready. Get into places. It must be time.
Thank
Places,
you, places.
everyone.
Thank you, places.
everyone. Thank you, places. 5 to places. I want everyone to place their tokens where they would be at the
Sure.
beginning of the siege.
All right. Where do you guys want to go so that I can cast disrupting weapons so you can get bonus against undead?
Is this
Sorry.
blocked off here?
Ooh. Is it against one? It's on one weapon?
I can do it for 2 folks, I believe.
Because I have Jellica's going to spend a lot of her time gathering javelins and things to throw in addition to her improvised rapier.
It says, that's disrupting weapons. You infuse weapons with positive energy, so I can target up to 2 weapons, each of which must be wielded by myself or a willing ally, or else unattended.
Okay.
Maybe.
I was just realizing a lot of the stuff I want to do to help, I think I can do from range.
Okay.
Oh, I
So-
was
Eric.
thinking about being on the soon-to-be burning sun. Feint is melee, but intimidate and bonmo are at range, so I can do some of the things.
Eric, your question, your question regarding the entrance, the western
left.
of the 2 attempted, looks like entrances. The one on the left is blocked off. The
Perfect.
only actual way into the theater is through the right entrance.
The right or along here, I assume.
No, I mean like entering into the to the
Oh.
the theater at large.
Gotcha.
Right. So those are
through
2.
here.
Yep, through there is the first entrance. Where you're pointing to where all the debris is going down there, that would be considered greater difficult terrain, but not anything that's insurmountable for the ghouls.
I think I'm going to hide here to start killing things that fall through the bridge.
All right.
Kinda in
So
the
maybe I
Mhm.
should cast. I'll cast disrupting weapons instead on myself, on my crossbow, and then on to one of your weapons.
The rapier, maybe?
The rapier. You got it. All right.
All right. Is there anything else that anybody wants to do for their character to prepare or assist their allies before I cut into the entrance?
Yeah,
of the
Trid, you were
siege?
going to let me borrow the Alchemist Fire, right? Since I'm up here near the Burning Sun?
I already gave it to you.
Okay. Cool. Great. Thank you.
I already took it off the sheet.
And
So a
how do
couple
I
of things-
demonstrate on the map that I am in a place where nobody can see me?
You're up
Click your
in the
character and hit
rafters?
delete.
No, Bill, that's okay. This is actually something we come across with Fantasy Grounds. There's no way to indicate height.
Yeah.
So go ahead and place the square that you would be in, and we know that you're in the catwalk.
Oh, I thought he was trying to be invisible.
Would it
No,
be,
no,
you're
he's-
Bill, you're in the you're in the
I'm in
catwalk,
the catwalk for sure. I
That's
just
what I
want to
thought.
be, high up and far away.
Right? The catwalk is about 20 feet up, just for reference when we start getting into measurements later.
All right.
Please tell me you're what's drawing them across the bridge, Bill.
No, it'll probably be Jellica. I was going to, since it's touch for that spell, I was going to start on the stage and sort of move on to what will soon be a Burning Sun and try to coax them to come over here where I'm at.
Yeah. I will. I'm gonna use the third version, the third heightened version, to do 2d4, instead of 1d4, because I'll just be waiting for us to kick this off.
Titan
Of
Of what-
disrupting
what spell?
weapons.
Disrupting
says-
weapons. You can't increase it further than where you're at right now.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't.
Yeah,
Oh,
you only
okay.
get the low level ones so far.
Sorry,
but like
sorry. I'm
It's-
looking
it's okay.
at Hero Labs is a
Oh.
liar.
it's
That's okay. It does that frequently.
It can
All right.
be heightened. So like when you could get third level spells, you
Yeah,
could
yeah.
prepare a third level disrupting.
Mhm.
So then I see Bill went to go refresh his drink, so I'm going to stall just a little bit longer here before I do the full intro. Oh, there he is. No, it's okay, man. It's okay.
Sorry, my dog was barking. I just needed to close the door.
Oh, absolutely. So where I'm at right now is if everybody is placed on the map where they are going to enter here, it sounds like they are. Give me a thumbs up. Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone's good? All right. Then a chill runs down your spine as you hear a cacophony of cackling laughter approaching from within the sewerage tunnels. Suddenly, a voice calls out, hollow,
I smell kobolds. I smell kobolds. I gave you fair warning, dragon children, and still you have not left me this theater. You have written the end of your story.
and Madame Marrowsuck enters into the theater.
Oh,
And I think we have art for Madame Marrowsuck.
I'd love to know where she's standing.
Oh my
'cause
God.
That is where I'm throwing the spear. Oh, Technicolor dead person. Thanks for the wrappings to tie you up and bury you.
Wow.
It was red and yellow and green and brown.
I admire the style, I have to admit.
Are those clothes from all the people she killed?
I mean,
You're
wouldn't
one
be
to
the
talk.
only character on this map.
I didn't kill them. I am
That's
helping
okay,
them
alright.
to their proper rest.
Sure, yeah, Trid, sure, yeah.
I see that you've renovated, dragon children. And who are these fleshlings that you've brought to defend you?
We are the great heroes, the ones chosen by the Pathfinder Society to rid this place of your undead filth. Your acting is overblown, and your dance moves are what? How shall we say?
Subpar.
Sub. Yes.
Preposterous! Who are you to judge the great Madame Marisuck in what is soon to be her own domain?
Okay, can I just say that the name Marisuck kind of gives the wrong mental image? You might want to pick a different moniker.
Listen, all I gotta say is you're the opening act, and this here is the headline gang. Is that our name? I don't know.
I
we'll
like
work
it.
on
I'm
it.
in.
We'll
I'm
work
100% behind it.
It
Headline
absolutely
gang.
is for the least the next 10 minutes.
For at least.
That's right.
We will discuss this later.
I see that you rubes have decided death is how you would end your show. Don't worry, there is plenty of space in my troop for more after I devour your skins and raise you to ghouls as my own. But I am a picky mistress. You may audition. I make no guarantees.
And that is going to be the moment where we are going to roll for initiative. Everybody has a place that they are at, and if you can't think of anything specific, you can give me a perception check.
I'd
But
like
if
to
you'd
use
like-
athletics.
If you'd like to use another skill, go ahead and roll that, assuming it makes sense. Athletics makes sense for Yatrin because he's swimming. Anyone else?
Jolika's going to try and use deception because she's been all bravado about how strong they are, yet she's standing there with a bunch of sharpened pieces of wood.
I will accept deception.
I just get the picture of Buffy the first time she has to hunt a vampire for some
Yeah.
reason.
A little bit.
Love it.
21.
Okay, so I've got some things to pull up here. So a 21 from Jellica using deception for their initiative. Mystico, either perception or another skill of your choice, if you can justify it.
Could I use acrobatics as I climb up onto the catwalk to get a better angle on them?
Nice.
Absolutely. Use your acrobatics as your initiative. Go ahead and make that roll.
Then that's a 20.
A 20. Pandora, what will you be using?
All right. Pandora is sort of keeping an eye on all of their plans that they've set into motion. So I would like to use a survival check for that.
Okay. Okay.
And she's just going to say, nice monologue. I do have some notes, however. And natural 20. So 28.
Oh,
28. All right.
Oh.
Good.
Pandora bringing the big
notes will
guns.
be cruel and biting.
All right. Then Yatrid, with your athletics, what did you get?
I got a 23.
A 23. Well, the headline gang did pretty good on initiative. At the top of round 1, you see Madame Marisuck standing in the balcony, just arrogant. Just she emanates it. But you notice she was drawing your attention to 5 ghouls that were standing right behind her, lurking in the shadows.
Oh, I know what I want to do.
I'm in
Pandora.
danger.
At the top of round 1, what do you do?
She is going to cast Disrupting Weapons as planned. Right? Or is this
Yeah.
a new? Yeah. Okay. I disrupt.
On who?
So
Who-
she
whose
is
weapon?
casting on 2 weapons. She can do it. So she will reach forward and says, "All right, we are live. We are go for start of show." And touch touch her friend's rapier, and then she is going to touch her own crossbow as well. And as she does, sort of unstable star matter begins just sort of swirling around the weapons.
All right. That's 2 actions. Do you do anything with your third action, or are you just getting hype?
I will draw my crossbow, I guess.
Good call.
Yeah.
All right. Then after Pandora, Yatrid, lurking in the water beneath the bridge. It's your turn.
Well, I hear her voice. I would like to go from where I'm at to, let's see here, 1, 2, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. One move to here.
Okay.
I'd like to use a second action to climb up the wall.
All right.
So
go
that
ahead
when
and
she
give me
walks down and
athletics.
through here, I can pull her in.
So you're just kind of looking to grasp on with one
I want to be
hand and
within reach of the
prepare.
ledge so I can yank her into the water.
Got it. Okay, then if that's the case, you need to give me a climb, which is athletics.
18.
And 18 is good enough to get up. What's your movement speed?
30 in the water. 20 on land.
20 on land. Half your movement speed would get you the 10 feet up that you would need to get up there.
Perfect. And I'm going to wait with my last one. I'm going to yank her in the water because I'm assuming she can't swim.
Now, not a ready action.
No,
right?
I just have a weapon out. I can't ready the last action to do that, as far as
Correct.
I know, right?
You need 2 actions to ready.
Correct.
All right. Then after Yatrid, that takes us to Jellica. It's your turn.
Ooh, very good. They are pretty far away. How far? I wonder how far they are. Jellica's gonna move up to the edge of this oiled up sun, and let's see.
As you do that, give me a balance check, because oil.
That's fine. Might not be
oil
fine.
exists.
Let me double
point.
check.
Hero point.
I mean, I might have to 12. I will hero point to not slip on my butt right now, because that is
Now,
not.
real quick, before you spend that hero point, I do this thing at my table where before you decide whether or not you spend that hero point, you get to determine what type of success you got.
Yeah, so 12.
With a balance out of a 12 on that would be a failure, which just means that you remain stationary to keep your balance. Just wasting the action.
I see. You know what? That's fine. So would I be on this first spot then?
Then you would be basically right where you entered. Yep, you got it right on there.
Okay, that's fine. So she will step forward. She'll start slipping around a bit, but like steady herself and not quite fall. Figure she's probably close enough. And she's gonna pull out one of the pack of javelins that she's gathered / made, and throw it at one of these ghouls here. There's one in the clear, ghoul number 5. And she's gonna toss it. How far away is
pretty far? So 65 feet away with a 10 feet up, so that's about 70 feet.
Yeah, I needed that extra movement. That's fine. So it's in the 3rd range increment. It's another -4 to hit. We'll just take a pot shot.
We'll take a shot.
What else is gonna miss? So he's flat-footed because it's a surprise attack for rogues. Because I used deception for initiative.
There you go.
And I quick draw this thing and just whip it out. But I only roll a 7, which is gonna miss. But I'm gonna try a second javelin, also quick drawn.
You can always roll a 20.
I mean, it's only -5. It's fine. It misses unless
Yeah. All right.
I rolled poorly.
Well, then Jellica gets into position and makes a few attempts, but doesn't quite get off. But they're just entering into the scene. This is just the opening act.
Tossing pieces of wood.
It is their turn, and ghoul number 1, who is kind of in the back here, as a free action, Mistress Merosak will say,
"Dense troop, attack!"
and will start striding forward. The first ghoul will use their first action to 5, 10, 15, 20, get up to the edge, right around where Yatrin is. And with their second action, will make a seek, which is just a perception check.
Would you like my stealth?
Yes,
last
please.
action?
Your stealth D. I think it's your stealth. What would you get?
Well, you do my stealth DC. Is that what you want?
It would be a perception versus your stealth DC.
Okay.
So,
my stealth DC is garbage.
That's unfortunate. Sorry, you probably rolled really well over there.
No, I only got 1 higher than that because it's 10. It's 10 is the base plus your bonus, which is nothing. So
Yeah, it's true. That's true. Well, the ghoul is going to get a 13 to seek. Is that lower than your stealth DC?
No,
it is not. So the ghoul looks down and it sees you, and this one has this a curly blonde wig that's half on, and some really just terrible stage makeup, big eyes, eyeshadow that's pink and purple, and he looks down and he smiles, and then he uses his third action to attack you with his jaws.
Okay.
getting a 13 to hit. You're
That does not
flat-footed,
hit, even though I don't have my shield.
and you're flat-footed. So
I went
before.
I'm. How am I flat-footed?
You're hanging.
Oh, no, it's a 14 then.
That it's still a miss.
Okay.
All right. Well, that is that ghoul's turn. That
makes
takes
me
us over
happy.
to another ghoul who is going to use their action to begin to move forward. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and begins to get into the section where the stakes are. Now, first, as they get to that area, they have to make a perception check to see if they even notice the darn things as they're approaching. They do. So they decide
16.
to take it easy with a 23 perception and will waste the rest of their turn carefully picking through all of the sticks. So all 3 actions end them there at the end of the first balcony.
Damn.
Takes us over to the next one, who is going to do something very similar, except for is going to take the obvious bait. 5, 10, 15, 20,
Yay!
25 with the first action, climbs over this with 10 feet, climbs over this with another 10 feet, and then hops into the cloth. With the beginning of the third action. So the way I've decided that this works is that they're going to make a balance check. And depending on their success, they may be able to, make their way down here a little bit.
Has anyone seen in real life when you have 2 logs in the canvas between what happens when you fall?
Oh, yeah. No, it's terrifying.
It goes like this, and you're inside it.
And they got a 10 on their acrobatics checks to balance. That is absolutely exactly what happens. This section of what is actually the curtain comes apart and wraps itself around the school, and this goes as they fall into the water at the end of their turn. We have another ghoul. This one's going to move up, seeing that the bridge is, a decoy, is going to move up next to the one that attacked Yatrin, but instead of moving forward is going to carefully pick their way over this area of seats here.
Oh. Damn it.
Getting up to this section with 3 actions. Actually, hold on, they have to make a balance check on those things.
Fail.
Totally fails. Completely fails. And actually ends their actions wobbling in the middle of this thing just as they're getting onto it. So I'm pulling them back.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
Then we're going to go to the last ghoul that gets to move. They also see that the bridge is a total dud, but this one's going to shoot wide for the left.
Okay. All right.
Just to make their way along on the other side. And that is the main dance troupe's turn. With the ghouls, they all have just awful makeup, sideways wigs. They're wearing really gaudy clothing. You can see like their suits and their gowns have sequins, but half of them are torn off, and
That's
they're
so tacky.
crawling across the stages to get to you.
There's nothing
Mystica.
worse than a tacky performer.
Oh, they're so tacky.
I'm just going off her name and how they look in the aftermath of the movie they were in.
That's going to take us to Mystico, up in the catwalk above the stage. It's your turn.
So I see this one up in the up in one of the boxes there, who is making his way dangerously close to me. So I feel I need to try to take him out. So I'm going to hammer him with a volley of magic missiles.
Nice.
All right. There is, like all magic missiles all the time, they just hit.
Yeah. And I'd just like to point out for the record that in the Beadle and Grimm's Wizard dice tin, it comes with plenty of D4s for your magic.
Nice. For just such
Very
an
good.
occasion.
Beautiful.
That's such an occasion.
Because I'm a company man.
For all your murder hobo needs.
Oh, look at that. Oh, dear God, man. That is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 damage with 3 magic missiles.
So all 3 actions. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with 2nd edition, Magic Missiles allows you to cast a single missile for a single action at 1st level. Mystico just used all 3 actions to fire off 3 missiles, and it just bodies this ghoul, and you put it down into the critical position with just 1 spell.
Nice.
It is hanging on by a thread. You knock its really ugly, tacky a wig off, and it falls into the box. And it looks up at you, it hisses.
I try to slink back into the shadows and hope nobody noticed me.
All right. Well, then after Mystico, that's going to take us over to Madame Merosuck.
You worthless fools! Don't fall in for the kobold traps! Just get around it!
And that is a free action that she just used, and any ghouls within 30 feet of her now have a +2 to AC and saves.
Oh.
Oh. Wow.
Okay.
And she will use her first action to stride up to Yatrid and look down at him and just cock an eyebrow and say,
Oh, this is just so perfect. The drama. You hanging like this?
and she claws at you.
So I have an 18 minus 2 is 16.
Okay. This is going to be a 19 to hit.
All right, let's go.
So you will take... That's going to be 5 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And you need to give me a fortitude save.
Oh, boy.
Pretty good at forts. With a 12 on the die, so 19.
You succeed versus the paralysis effect that comes with being clawed by a ghoul.
Yeah.
Now, she still gets a second action. She's going to look down at you after you take that damage and go,
Yes, you will fall. Become one of us.
and will claw at you again.
With that penalty.
At the -4, it's an 18 to hit.
Right, so that's me.
That is going to deal Yatrin 5 points. That's twice I rolled max on that damage. 5 points of
So
slashing
10
damage.
total. And then say it again.
And also another fortitude save, yes.
17.
17 is a success.
Nice.
Okay.
So that
Still
is
standing.
Madam Merosuck's turn. That's going to take us over to top of round 2. Pandora Paloma, you're up.
All right. Pandora Paloma is going to say, well, shit. No passage unless you are a VIP. And she is going to move herself over here, which would be just in range to disrupt undead on this guy up here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, nice.
So that is a fortitude save 18.
DC 18
Yeah.
from ghoul number 2. This one has already got plugged by those magic missiles and rolls a 4 on the die for an 8 total.
Wow.
All right. So
What's your
as she's-
DC again?
the DC is 18.
That is a critical failure.
Yeah, baby. I feel like that's important.
It is.
Critical failure takes double damage. All right.
That's right.
So I rolled a 5 on my D6 for positive damage plus my spellcasting modifier. So that's 9 altogether.
Times 2.
And then times 2. So that's 18.
And how do you kill the first ghoul in the Ghastly Siege?
She just says, "No ticket," and just a jet of an arc of galactic energy surges out of her pointing fingers, and it just knocks him back and begins to disintegrate the body.
Mr. Stark.
After Pandora completely decimates the first ghoul on the field with help from Mystico up in the catwalk, that takes us over to Yatrid. Boy, you find yourself in a position, don't you?
No, I seem fine. So I have a question for the GM, 2, actually. 1, for me to pull her in the water, do you want a push or a grapple?
I like using push as a
shove, I
push
should
slash
say, shove.
pull. Yeah, shove slash pull.
Okay.
I had made that decision really early on doing GMing for 2E. Yes.
Excellent. So I'm fine with the shove. 2, do I know anything about ghouls because I work for Pharasma? That is my actual deity. It's not Kellyan. Do I know about them? I have lore local undead. I have that to begin with. I have religion. But are they a low enough thing where it's safe to assume I know something about them?
What would be? Do you know what your assurance total would be?
Be 10 plus. Isn't it 10 plus your total, right?
It'd be 10 plus your total
15,
minus proficiency.
15. What I want to know is if positive energy hurts them.
Okay. I think
pretty basic knowledge.
I think for a free action, you could determine that yes, that is in fact the case.
Excellent.
That would hurt them.
Excellent. Yes. I love lay on hands. So I'm gonna shove, but while I'm shoving, I'm gonna grab and pull her into the water, and I want to use my lay on hands, and I'm going to go with her because this guy can't swim as fast as I can.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So let's go ahead and get the modified shove out of the way. Give me an athletics check.
I think I'm hurting her first. Touch.
Oh, you're gonna
positive energy.
That's a good point.
Shove.
That's a good point. Okay, and I'm assuming this is Madame Marasuk and not the other ghoul.
Yeah, no, screw the other ghoul. I don't care about that guy.
Got it.
I want the real damsel in distress here, right? So I'm going to use my lay on hands for that, which does pretty good damage here. I'm just seeing what the max I can do is to her. I will tell you my athletics roll is a 26. It is 1 from max.
A 26?
Mm-hmm,
hold on,
for my athletics.
Hold on a sec. Wow. I gotta double check shove. I'm pretty sure that's Fortitude DC.
It is.
Oh wow. That is a critical success.
Nice.
Okay.
Excellent.
So I am going to give you absolutely. You can get in there in the water with her, and since this critical success isn't necessarily exactly to what's listed in shove. Usually shove, when you critically succeed, you 10 feet push, and then you can follow them 10 feet.
Would you be comfortable with me riding her down and then using my divine stab with my dagger on her for my final?
I will meet you halfway and say that you can be grappling her for free.
Okay, I'm fine with that. So I'm going to be using the lay on hands then. They do get a fortitude save against it.
Okay, so fortitude save on this is going to be
17.
Wow, I'm rolling like garbage today. A 6 total. That is a critical failure.
All right. It looks like I only do a D6. I thought I did 2 D6 at level 2. Apparently not. Well, that's 6 though.
Level 3 is when it goes up.
Yeah, that's 6 points of positive of holy damage.
Doubled, right?
Yep. So 12. I don't know what the resistance is. The resistance is 10. I don't know what they're set as. So that's 6 base.
That's all on my end.
Yep. And then I throw her into the water. And my third action, I would like to stab her, is what I want to do with my third action, is stab her. Because lay on hands is 1, shove is 1.
Mm-hmm.
I hear you on the stab. I'll allow a grab.
You
grab her for
Can I
free
throw
action.
my dagger at her?
Instead of grabbing, you follow her. I guess releasing is a free action. I'll allow it I'll allow it.
It's not great because of the penalty, because that was one action that was actual attack, right? So it'd be minus 4 with the dagger for the second. But that's still an 18.
An 18 still hits.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Dagger's damage. A 3 on the die. 3, 4, 5, but 6. Sorry, 6. But with my lovely ability of Shining Oath. That's another 4 damage on top of that. So 7 damage from my divine powers of Shining Oath.
Okay. So Yatron goes and grabs, and as Yatron grabs on Marasuk, this happens on her skin as his lay on hands begins to burn her, and she
the depths call you home, girl.
And she does. She goes down and splashes, and as she's falling, Yatron takes that dagger and whips it down, and it hits her right in the thigh, and she screeches and falls with a splash into the water.
Nice.
I can follow, correct? You are comfortable with me being in the water as well. I'll be right next to her. I don't care.
Yeah, you can be right next to her in the water. It's a free action to release where we're at.
Perfect.
All right.
That is my turn.
Damn. Yeah, that was a turn. Jellica, you on the sun. It is your turn.
Okay. All right. Wow, you just really took care of her really well, didn't you? I am just impressed. Okay. Let's do this. So Jellica's going to try and move forward closer to these other ghouls as much as she can so she can do some cool stuff, TM. So let me roll a balance check and see if I can make it across these floating platforms.
Yes.
It's a nat 1.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I am definitely using my hero point to reroll that.
Okay, because a critical failure on a balance is you fall.
And end your turn.
And your turn ends.
Which is no good at all. So this is definitely worth using. Let's see. I got a 13 on die plus acrobatics, 20 total.
That is a success.
Okay, so she starts to slip and then all of a sudden finds the edge of the stage and sort of slides across this oily sun and moves. So this is difficult terrain. It's going to be 10, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna make it to the edge of this thing here. So
okay,
let's see.
Still on the sun, or are you
still on the sun?
Still on the sun.
Yeah, not quite on the other stuff here. Everyone is just out of my first range increment with these darn javelins, and worst out of the range increment of all of my fun social stuff. What's that?
Risk it. Throw it anyway.
I know. Well, I wanted to mess with. I wanted to use other charisma-based abilities, but that's fine. So she strides up there. She's got this thing. You know what? I'm just gonna keep moving. I'm gonna make one more balance check because I gotta get over there. A 10, I suppose, is a failure, but not a crit failure.
A 10 is a failure, but not a crit failure. You remain.
All right. So wasting another move action and not getting anywhere, and I'm just gonna try and peg, not like that. Ghoul number 4 with one of these javelins.
Ghoul number 4 is the one that is wrapped up. No. No, that's the one on the seats.
He's the one that's balanced on the seats and like about to fall over.
Yes.
So she quick draws the javelin and tosses it over there, and we are looking at a mess. Unless a 9 hits.
A 9 won't hit, unfortunately.
Rolled a 2.
Oof, rough. All right.
I know.
Well, then after Jellica finds her balance on the sun and throws a javelin, we're going to take it over to Ghoul number 1. This is the one that was right next to Yatred. Yatred, real quick, you did fall into the water after that,
correct?
Right? Okay, this one uses its first action to dive into the water after.
Excellent.
Ooh.
Yeah, welcome to my world.
Flat, just falls in there with you. And uses its second action. I knew we were going to be doing some water combat. I wasn't expecting it at the top of round 2. So give me just a hot second to see what this damage does. They are flat-footed because they do not have a swim speed. So, but no negative for attempting to bite you.
That's
which
fine.
is what they will do. With the second action, they will bite at you.
Okay.
14 total.
No. Try again on a harder level.
Obviously fail, and they will do just that. Slash at you with their claws.
Okay.
This one is 23 to hit.
That does hit me. Doesn't crit, but does hit me.
That will hit. All right. Then you will take 4 points of slashing damage and give me 14? A fortitude save.
16.
16 is a success.
Woo! Paralyzed underwater would suck.
Yes, it would. So that does it with the second action. That's its turn. That takes us over to... Nope, that ghoul's dead. Never mind. This is the one that is wrapped in the cloth. And the first thing that they do is attempt to make an escape check, which is just an athletics check against a DC that I've come up with.
Against whatever I think makes sense at the time.
GM life.
Yeah, that's legit. You know, the thing I like about second edition is that there is a DCs by level that is very clear.
Yeah.
And 23 beats that DC.
Okay.
They are able to take the first action to begin to rip the cloth off of them. But because that curtain is so heavy, it actually requires 2 successful escape checks to do this. And when you attempt to escape twice, the second attempt is at a -5.
Okay.
They will get a 6 in total and fail. Actually, they will critically fail. They can't escape again or make an attempt to escape again. Their turn is over. And they into the water. Which takes us over to ghoul number 4. This is the one that is balancing on the chairs, taking their sweet time because they almost fell last time around. They are going to balance successfully with a 25 and make their way across the seats. 1, 2, 3, 4. It
Right
takes
into the
them.
cobalt traps.
Yep, right into the cobalt traps, which we determined previously was going to be a perception check to see if they even noticed them. And with an 18, those kobolds are clever. They stab right into, and they right in there, and they actually take 5 points of piercing damage as they step right into a punji stick.
Nice.
Well, that was highly unfortunate, but that was only their first action. Maybe it'll go better for their next. They're going to slowly pick their way through here with a 5, 10, 15. They are only able to make it to the second box, moving slowly, but they are making progress. Takes us over to the one on the left side that decided, hey, I'm going to flank because I'm a special person.
I'm a special baby.
20, 25. First, perception check to see if they notice the traps set by the kobolds. Successful with a 21, which means they're going to pick their way through ever so slowly.
Awesome.
Ending their turn just at the cusp of the second balcony, which takes us over to Mystico in the catwalk. Mystico. It's your turn.
You know, when something works, you stick with it.
Love that for you.
I think I've got another magic missile all ready for this guy over in that same place. This new fella.
Beautiful.
It's already taken some damage, and let's see if we can finish him off. Do you allow me to fire the first 2 at him and see if I can drop him before I decide where the third one's going to go?
You know, I've had this conversation with my players before. Each action is a missile.
Yeah.
Let's resolve the first missile and see where we go from there.
That's what I want.
We always do.
Excellent. All right. First one for 3 damage.
And this is against, real quick, who again?
The guy who just ran into the cobalt traps on stage left.
Stage left. Okay, gotcha. So ghoul number 4.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so how much damage was that again?
That was 3.
3 damage. Okay, so they're not looking great, but they're still not bloodied.
Okay. All right. I think I'm going to probably need all 3 of them then, but let's see what happens. Ugh. Only a 2 with this one. That's disappointing.
Okay. That puts them at bloodied half.
I may need to switch dice here for this last one. I need a big fit. Let's see what we got. Yes, 5. 5.
Nice.
Good. The last one.
Nice. All right, for the last one. That doesn't put this one out, but it hits him right in the chest. And that stupid wig that it's wearing, what is that? It's like a Fabio wig. It just flies right off and scorches the makeup that they have and looks at you and hisses like, this one's going to come after you.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Ooh, don't love that.
Well, that takes us over to Madame Merosuck, who is currently in the water with Yatred here. Yatred, you did not grapple her, correct? You opted to throw the knife.
Yeah, I threw the knife. I did not grapple.
Okay, so she is still flat-footed because she's swimming, but you are in the water with her, and she goes over to you and begins attempting to bite you.
Okay.
You're already adjacent to her, so she's just gonna dig right in.
Okay.
3 on the die, 12 total. That'll miss.
Sorry. I hold her
Yeah.
forehead back like it's Spaceballs.
Then realizing she's not going to get you with her teeth, she's going to claw at you.
Okay.
This one with a 19 total.
That does hit me.
19 will hit. That's going to deal you 4 points of slashing damage. Give me a fortitude save.
18.
18 will succeed. Which, let's see.
Which means one of my attack rolls is going to be garbage. I can feel it.
Yeah, it's true. Now, I will say that she will actually make a swim. She's going to swim.
Oh, no, you can only swim a short distance.
She can only swim a really short distance, assuming
Time to get beat up.
She's just going to get on you, or, make those attacks. Hopefully it paralyzed you, and then try to get to safety.
No, I didn't. I deal with coral daily. This is nothing.
She does get a nat 20 on the swim check,
So
which means
12 foot.
It's still not great. She's going to move
15 feet.
Yeah, 10 feet, 15 feet.
Aren't there ropes blocking all that area, making it difficult terrain?
No, not underwater.
No, yeah.
Yeah, it was from the seats, wasn't it?
Because that's 10 feet below. The water's 10 feet below the seats.
Okay, I'll just have to drag her down there and kill her.
Yeah. She gets to move 15 feet, so she's going to do that. She'll end up here. She starts swimming toward the stage away from Yatred. Okay. Man, these rounds are going slow, but when you've got 9 combatants, that'll happen. Top of round 3.
Trying to narrow it down.
Yeah, let's try to stop it.
It's getting close. Pandora, it is your turn at the top of round 3.
Pandora. So let me just make sure I can do this right. What I would like to do is cast a moonbeam on Marrowsuck, and then, which is a 2-action thing. Would I also be able to shoot my crossbow once?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So
wait, hold on. Are you going to attack her with your moonbeam and then your crossbow in one go?
I'm going to attack her with my moonbeam first, and then we'll see who needs to get hit after that.
Okay, real quick. Moonbeam, I have to double check this. I'm pretty sure Moonbeam has the attack trait. It does. Okay, so that means whichever one you attack with second will get the penalty.
Okay.
But it sounds like Moonbeam first.
Moonbeam, I feel good about it.
Okay.
I mean, it's a good spell.
I can also re-roll the other one because I still haven't used my halfling luck yet. So
hey, there you go.
Let's see. I feel like she's going to be harder to hit than the rest of them. I don't know why. I'm going with it.
I mean, at 120-foot range, you got plenty of space to work with.
So she says, "Oh no, you are not coming back here, ma'am."
Ma'am?
Oh my God, natural 20. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Altogether, that's a 28 to hit.
A 28 to hit. Yeah, that's absolutely a critical hit.
Okay, so that's going to be double damage, and then she will be dazzled for 1 minute.
And dazzled. Well, let's figure out what your damage is.
All right. The damage is 5 times 2, so 10. It's a beam of light that deals 10 fire damage.
Okay, so 5.
I rolled a 5 on the die.
Yep.
So that's 10 fire damage altogether, and it's silver damage for the purposes of weaknesses, resistance, and the like.
And,
I don't know.
And Pandora's hand stretches out toward Madame Marrowsuck.
Yeah.
And that bar hits her right in the forehead. And as her body begins to fade to ashes, what do you say?
I say, "Moon spiral heart attack!" And to just beam of moonlight, she uses her crossbow, like it's Sailor Moon's little crescent wand. And she says, "In the light of the moon, I punish you. I punish the hell out of you."
Beautiful. Madame Marrowsuck, as she is, getting Thanos snapped into dust.
No, you rube!
Yeah, baby.
Dies.
Amazing. Now, which one of you assholes is next? And she takes crossbow, and she shoots it up into the ghoul up here into the balcony.
Yeah, you get a second attack. This is at a -5.
Okay. All right. That is okay, let's see. That's wait, what is the addition for crossbow? I think it's less. So that's a 12 altogether, I think.
12 total will miss.
Okay, so I will re-roll.
Hero point.
Well, halfling luck, right?
Oh,
Halfling is just failed skill check or save, so I will have to use a hero point for this.
You will use
fine.
a hero point for this. Okay.
Yeah.
Smoke them if you got them, people.
Exactly.
That's 19 plus 5 minus 5, so a 19 total.
That is a hit.
Yeah, baby. I'm a cleric. I'm doing clerical work. All right. All right, it's not great, guys. I rolled a 2 on the dice, but I feel really. Oh, but I get my extra for disruptive weapon, so I get a D4 extra.
Oh shit.
The hype is real though. So
That
it's
The hype is. Listen, I'm
The
very
hype is
excited
totally
about
real.
everything I think might be happening. It's not a D4, it's a D6. All right. Okay, so that's 2 plus 4, which is 6, plus my spell casting modifier, which is 10 altogether. And then let me just make sure I've added everything I'm supposed to add to my damage on my.
That sounds like enough.
Does it
Yes.
sound like enough?
That sounds like enough.
All right, that's great. We'll go with it.
Then absolutely. Oh god, this is great. So Pandora just vaporizes Madame Marosuk and then turns that crossbow and as this ghoul is it right in the forehead and it dies as well.
Ah, amazing.
And
Yay.
with a at the top of round 3 with a very Monty Python feel, the ghouls all yell,
Run away!
and they all begin to take actions to leave. Unless you want to take the time to kill all of them, which I'm sure you will. It'll be like shooting fish in a barrel.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Phrasma says no.
Then Yatrin goes and, with the aid of Pandora, Mystico, Angelica, murders the remainder of the ghouls.
Your performance was horrible.
We tried really hard!
Am I the only one who thought this was the Putties and a bad Power Ranger?
I mean, a little bit.
It just reminded me of them so much.
So, this is, for me, this is a great place. You guys did fantastic tonight. You were rolling on top. I rolled like garbage most of what I was doing, so that went really well for y'all.
It's okay, Tyler. I also rolled like garbage. Jellica spent. I have all these really cool social things I can do to make fun of people in combat and do things. I wanted to Bon Mo one of them with dance moves and just do performance and be like, come on, can you beat this? Can you beat
But
this?
you knew all the things though, and we
I
were
got
just a bunch of chuckle fucks.
I thought for sure you all were going to invite them to the stage for a dance off and we were going to have to vote or something.
I mean,
round
I
of
was just
applause.
waiting, and then I was like, wait, I need to be within 30 feet. Hold on, let me. Oh, jeez. Oh, okay, hold on. No, I'm gonna get up there so I can do this. Okay. I'm just gonna stand here and throw things.
Oh man.
The
was
real
still fun,
question
though.
is, do we tell
Okay.
that lady that we support independent theater? Yeah.
We do, but her entire troupe was not independent. They were forced into doing it. So it was more like high school theater.
Oh boy.
Wow, yeah, that makes a lot. Yep, there it is.
Well, they had
She's
very
like the one
specific
kid who wants
requirements.
to be
You
in the
had
musical.
To be dead.
Yeah.
That's more like a union.
A union
That's
that
the-
doesn't pay.
That's the
Yeah, I
the
feel like
ghoul IOTC.
The conversation with the lady from the beginning of the thing, not the quest giver, the other one, is basically like, so yeah, I mean, if you think that supporting, young theater artists is, a tick in the wrong column, for good deeds and Absalom, then yeah, I guess they suck. But I really would take a look at yourself. Like,
I have a question.
Oh man.
Do we get a closing scene with the person who's paying us?
oh yeah,
If you would like it, we can
I
get it.
absolutely do. I would like a fade to black moment as we're gathering up all the ghouls and I'm burning them because there's something special I want to give her when we get there.
nice.
And as the whole party drags them onto the stage, you've got that alchemist fire that you didn't get a chance to use.
And we're
he
gone.
says-
We just leave the kobolds with burning fire. Look,
Yep.
we have shown you fire.
But I leave my card.
Leave your card.
100%.
I really think I could do a hell of a show in this spot. This space.
It's a great venue, man.
Yeah, it's really something special. I've always
Very cool.
wanted to play this space. So
So you make your way back up throughout out of the sewers into the streets, the bustling streets of Absalom. And as you're passing the general populace, you see many of them are turning their heads, and you smell terrible as you're walking by. You make your way to Skyreach, which is where Eliza had met you, and originally to give you the job. And explain to me what the headliners look like as they're walking back from their first very successful
Just
mission.
awful.
Do we want to do shortest to tallest or
so
tallest to
proud.
shortest?
Heads up.
How do we want to do that? What's
And
the
shortest
what's
to
the
tallest,
Shortest
obviously.
all right,
so
let's go shortest to tallest.
we can all see where
Yeah.
we're going that way.
Yeah, absolutely. Makes
Yeah.
total sense.
And I feel like you see at the front of the line is just these dragging. You know how fabric, when it gets wet, just gets longer and heavier. So like
Yes.
her stole is still good because it was up here, but everything else is just a freaking trip hazard for anyone trying to walk near her. And she's left her bag of pastries with the kobolds for fun and to build relations. And she is just trying to constantly pick up layers of this thick wool fabric in her arms. It just smells terrible.
Jellica
Who's the
mostly,
next
like,
tallest?
next tallest, wouldn't that be
I'm
that be
6'1", but
Mystico?
lanky.
Mystico?
Mystico, you're a human, right?
I am a human. I'm a human. I might not be as tall by nature, but I do have platform shoes.
Okay, well then Jellica will be second, I suppose.
Hold on. The bunny. One more time. What was the bunny's name again?
Hellhammer?
Hellhammer.
Jason,
Hellhammer.
can you show us Hellhammer one more time?
Shining like a beacon of justice and victory.
Oh God.
Incredible.
Yes, there he is.
Do your platform
Look at that
shoes
face. That is a
have, like,
satisfied face.
magic shows inside the clear platforms?
That's what the dancing lights do.
Dancing lights inside your platform shoes?
Yeah.
You have the old Skechers that light up?
Yeah.
Ghost sound for the
I-
disco
I- I
soundtrack
love that.
walking in.
Amazing.
Lights inside my platform.
Why am I here? I don't. We just need him. We don't need anyone else.
It's so good.
Oh,
God
Mystico
damn it,
making
Bill.
a show.
Oh,
Mystico
Bill.
making a show.
Oh.
Bellica?
Who's next?
I guess Jellica's marching along, and as they're walking, she keeps like telling people that are randomly like, "Oh God, you all stink." Like, we fought in the sewers. We defeated a bunch of ghouls. It was like a dance battle. Jeez.
No, that didn't happen. You fell.
No, shh.
Oh,
Dance
sorry. I just.
battle. I remember it differently in my head. I don't know.
Yeah.
You were swimming around in the water. I don't know what you were doing.
You know, the dance that's in your heart is the greatest dance of all, love.
Oh, fantastic. Oh man, which Yatrid at the tallest of them? How you walking in?
So covered in. I still don't have my boots on. Covered in just muck and slime.
Why do you even have boots?
I do. They're hanging on my back. I said that. They're hanging on my back.
I know, but you
it's
don't
the
wear them.
first
Why do you
thing.
have them?
Because sometimes walking through the city you need it, but I need my feet to dry off. So you
Sorry.
can't wear wet gaiters in a city walking around. You ever been at Disney World after a water
That's true.
park? Your feet will peel.
That's
so I'm
true.
not wearing them. So as I make my way in, I have a bag that's made from like one of the curtains out of the water. It's like dripping. I'm making sure I'm dripping over everything expensive here. Anything that has like a Pathfinder logo, anything that's like that. And when we get up to her, I say, the troop that we dealt with said that they were nobles, or at least they acted like it. So I brought all of their things of nobility for you. I have all of their crappy hair, jewelry, anything I would have fished off of their dead bodies, jewelry, the crappy Technicolor cut coat she was wearing. All of that is in a bag, but I hold it out until they put their hands out.
This smells horrendous. What exactly do you want me to do with this?
She just
Gertrude.
moves up forward and just sprays it with the perfume.
This is evidence.
Of what? What happened?
Well, here, and I grab one of her hands and pull it out and put it in her hand. And it's like squishy and nasty. This is the combination of the jewelry they're wearing, the people they forced to be ghouls. And I go through the whole speech of what happened and how
Before
they are a
you
dance
even-
troupe that has been pulling people in and feeding off of them to make them dance for them to the end of time.
Before you even like get a sentence or two in, she immediately drops the sack and it lands.
When it
with a
hits, my face is
slap.
behind it, and I say, I think this is worth 30 gold apiece. We are wet, dirty, and have been attacked by ghouls that try to paralyze you. And I hold up my claw marks and like walk as close as I can to her.
Oh, goodness, so please get away. Oh,
And
I'm
as he
using
does
I'm
that-
using my courtly graces
go
to
ahead.
show that she put me in the worst situation possible. As a noble, I want us to get more money.
Yeah.
more money? I offered you 20 gold pieces. On the mid
20.
20. There's 80. I am forking
I could have
over
ghoul
8 platinum to you.
fever so she can like taste the breath.
It's
Yeah.
no,
Oh, you have ghoul fever? And she
no, it's she's okay.
It's worth at least 10 more to get it removed. I got a 19 for courtly graces and a diplomacy trying to get us to get paid.
Oh, okay. Jellica, do you want to add in with an aid?
Do it. Add in.
Well,
Yes.
The 19.
it was quite a bit of effort. There was burning sets involved and having to construct
None of this sounds
elaborate.
real.
It was a lot of work. And honestly, I think just to get him out of your office is probably worth it. Just like, trust us, it's the best way to go.
Go ahead and give me
And
that
I
check, yeah.
will. Oh my goodness. 24.
Is a success, bringing the 19 up to a
Nice.
20, which is the DC to. Oh, right, fine, goodness. Oh, it's so
just
disgusting.
get him
Just get it away from me. Here, 15 platinum to just leave. Go,
Wow.
please. Goodness.
She begins
Darkest.
picking up the platinum off the
Excellent.
ground and handing it to her friends, and she says, "Thank you, dear. We had a lovely time."
Oh, please leave. You're so disgusting. You smell gross. Please get shoo.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah,
Do you
thank
have a
you.
pool
All right.
here?
We'll just.
Leave, please. Thank you for your service. I will put in good words with people and blah, 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 blah.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Ms. Petrolern girl.
Oh, we made money. There you go. That is how you deal with nobles. You take their money and you never give it back.
Interesting.
I
Interesting
like
theory.
This. I like this theory.
Okay.
I like divide the
Yeah.
15 platinum out to everybody.
Yeah. All right.
Now, if y'all are interested, I mean, we did so well tonight. I have, an upcoming event where we need some security at the House of
Oh.
Seven Faces, and I would love to hire all you for that.
Security.
There's free food
Oh no, then I'm
and
there.
a
Yeah.
Bacchanalian
Yep, just doing it.
celebration, and
Oh,
I just
gosh,
feel
I am-
that y'all could really stand to let loose a little.
Do you have pickled items?
We can get that for you, special.
Pickled fish. I'd be pickled herring, and I'd be
I
in.
love pickled herring. Oh my god!
Mystical,
Why
it sounds
did
like
he
a
not
perfect
start with
stage,
that?
right?
Ow.
Yeah, I mean, look, if we can work around my performance schedule,
No, we would hire you. I mean, we are the headliners, right, as a group, but you would be the headliner. You could perform at the dinner party. There'll be attendants from the Temple of Shaylin and Caden Kalian. You could sell your shield if you feel like it. I mean, there will be a lot of opportunity.
And the headliners walk into the distance down the street of Absalom, arguing amongst each other about how they're going to spend their time together in the future. And we fade to black on a ghastly siege.
Tyler, nicely done, my friend.
Very good.
I'm not
so
sure if the Ghastly was the story or the fact that we started and ended the same, arguing in the streets of Absalom.
Yes.
Classic.
So I appreciate everybody here tonight. Anne, Vanessa, Eric, Bill. It was an absolute pleasure to work with all of you. I really meant to make it a point at the end of the night to say, and Bill, that nobody prompted me for this, so I'm talking to the Paizo people here. Look, you've got the chance to allow a high ticket deluxe premium publisher to enter the Paizo space, but they need to see that there's going to be market return. If you have a market store nearby, if you have a game store nearby, go buy a complete Character Chronicles. If you see that there is pre-order for the Absalom Gold box and you have disposable income, go get it. This is a marketplace for, look at all of it. It's just beautiful. The Paizo marketplace is an opportunity for Beadle and Grimm's to enter into it with a strong focus, but we need to make sure that they get return on investment. The 5e market is broad, it's big, and putting out a 5e product gives you ROI. But will putting out a 2e product, a Paizo product, give Beadle and Grimm's return on investment? That depends on you all.
Yeah.
And I think
honestly,
this is a great opportunity to bring this deluxe, this high-end publisher into the Paizo universe for Pathfinder, and even potentially, if you see success, your Starfinder fans. Like
I need
Paizo,
a Champions book.
God, I want
yeah,
that.
you got other classes out there.
Yeah.
There are opportunities for Beadle and Grimm to take this marketplace, but it depends on the Paizo users. It depends on you all.
This is a game with so much crunch that when you open these boxes and you get all of these like in-world items, it really just changes it. It really grounds the entire experience. So that would, for me, like as someone who's new, like I need that to feel like, you know, the numbers all mean something. They're coming from a place. And cool
I will, like, I'm going full shill mode here. Those of you guys who know me, I never do this. I never go full shill.
Well, they
mode,
can't see you. It's audio.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But seriously, like, there is so much love that gets put into these products, and I think that Paizo deserves a deluxe publisher, but we need to make a showing for them. In order to make it happen. If you have a game store that is selling the complete Chronicles, go buy one. If you think the Absalom box sounds like something that would be fun based on even tonight's adventure, and
it will absolutely
this was the lowest level adventure. The level 2 adventure was the bottom of it. It goes up and higher and gets kind of crazy on some of these adventures. There is a lot of fun stuff in here. Give Beadle and Grimm's the reason to invest in the Paizo marketplace. That is my honest, like, as Tyler, to y'all.
I run no 5e on my channel right now, so
I mean, yeah, there is a 5e market to grab for Paizo. There are 5e players and GMs who don't want to spend 6 hours prepping for a 2-hour game session.
Can we close with a question to Bill? Are you guys good with that?
Sure, but one moment. If I was going to say about the Absalom box is at No Direction, we had the opportunity to interview Bill and talk about the Absalom box and look at the maps that were in it. It's a great interview over at No Direction. It's episode 270 called Beadle and Grimm's is Back. And I would just go check that out because you will see tons of great information about this box, talking about all the handouts and the coins and the badges and all the fun stuff that really just,
so much
like
in
Anne was
it.
saying, bring your game alive and really invest your players in the world, because Absalom is such a rich city, such a rich setting that if you want to run this urban campaign, this is the place to do it. And it gives you so much lore and so many things to pull from, that this box is great. So go check out that interview as well on the No Direction podcast.
For the old school players out there, it's the next tallest. It really, really is. Like, there's so much in it. But Bill, my question to you is really fun.
Yeah.
Bill, are you going to make this character sheet available on your website for your crazy ass character you're playing tonight? So we can use it?
Mystico, yeah.
I think Mystico should be on the website. You can download him and add him to your game for this adventure specifically.
That's pretty good.
Absolutely,
Make it
I
happen.
can make that happen. I can't tell you how grateful I am for everything you guys have said, and the check is in the mail. And
Wait, there
is
were
that Bill or
checks
Mystico
involved?
saying that? Look, it's an illusion.
No, it really. We've had such a great experience working in the Pathfinder space, and we're desperate to stay in there and keep contributing to it. So any support you can give us, we're very, very grateful for, and really look forward to continuing to work with everybody on this game system. So thank you so much.
I am not being paid by Beadle and Grimm's. Spend your money
Yeah, me
on
either.
the Pathfinder Beadle and Grimm stuff if you want them to make more stuff. I want to see a Rise of the Rune Lords deluxe box, Bill.
Oh,
I want that more than anything in the world. But I know that you need to see success in the space.
Yeah, but that would be amazing.
Yes. Okay. So I think that's a good time for me to boil us out. We've got everything that we had from tonight. We had a ton of fun together. Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you, Anne. Thank you, Eric. And more importantly, thank you, Bill, for allowing me to take over your Twitch channel for like 4 hours.
Good work, Tyler.
And
And hey,
really
sorry, but
dive in.
Thank you, Jason Vickery, for running the show tonight.
Heck
Hey,
yeah.
Jason,
Great
thank
job.
you,
Jason.
Really,
Woo!
thank you,
Thank
Jason.
you, Jason, for running the
So
show.
Thank you all. Thank you all for being here. Tyler, if you're unless you're gonna head there, does anybody want to plug their shows, plug their channels before we head out?
Hey, I have a quick plug for a friend of the company. Our friends at Band of Badgers. Beginning in April, they are running a Wild Beyond the Witchlight campaign that is utilizing our Platinum Edition for that adventure. So please support them. They're wonderful. They're great performers and super nice people. So please support them in their show and see what our Platinum Edition of Wild Beyond the Witchlight looks like.
I work with them right now. They're awesome people.
Yeah, they're great.
I've got one thing to plug, and that's simply that if you enjoyed Pandora Paloma and you want to have more to do around Absalom, the Queerfinder issue 2 is coming out. Queerfinder is an in-world travel magazine and a guide to Galarian from queer creators and allies focused on queer characters and stories. And Beadle and Grimm has been working with them for a while and contributed an ad to the last issues. So some of you may already be familiar with it. It'll be available on Pathfinder Infinite. And I think Vanessa actually wrote for issue 1 as well. Is that true?
So that is true. So I wrote a piece called Festival of Mirrors, which outlines an Arshan winter festival, and it's a short story involving Jack, and they're an acolyte, and you'll also see Jellica as a bit of a cameo in there, so
Nice.
you can spot her in the issue.
So the encounter, the adventure that I have written for this upcoming issue is called The Eventide Sevenfold, and it has to do with Desna and the Black Butterfly and the Bacchanalian celebration, as described at the end of this show. So I hope you guys will come check it out and support that when it releases.
I just wanted to shout out to Vellum and Lace, as I said, is the episodic fiction that I write. with my writing partner Helen Savor for Pathfinder Infinite. So it is an in-world, in Absalom setting. You get to see a lot of the different flavor, a lot of the different locations and parts of it as they get into hijinks and trying to get themselves out. And we release a new episode every month as long as we hit our deadlines. So if you thought Jellica was fun and want to see more hijinks with her, check out Vellum and Lace on Pathfinder Infinite.
Thank you, Vanessa. Eric, what do you got?
Mine's simple. You can find me anywhere under Eric Frankhouse. I'm on 2 different Twitch channels. I literally have 8 shows this week. If you follow my Twitter, you'll find everywhere that I can possibly be. But most of all, I just want to say thank everyone for being here. Working with B&G for the last year has been awesome. And working with them on projects and interviewing them, as they know, sulfur candles are the best, even if they aren't legal to put in a box set.
Awesome. And
Tyler?
Tyler?
Found out they most definitely are not.
Yeah, they're not. They're not. But I own one, but they're not supposed to be.
Jason, I'm going to send us out.
Yeah.
Unless you got something to say.
Thanks again for everyone being here. Part of my job is recruiting and gathering the people for these streams, and you guys did great, and I'm humbled to be part of this process and glad I can help make this magic happen. So,
Jason, you need an image of you that is drawn by somebody that slides up on the screen when you're talking and slides back down off the screen. Amazing.
Yeah.
Then I will say then to close it out, I appreciate everybody for taking the time to check out this Beadle and Grimm's A Ghastly Siege, all in memoriam of the Absalom Gold Edition box. Please stay safe. We love you, and have a good evening.
Night, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Don't be
Bye.
Thank you so much.